up once you go live.
All right.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live. Hey, everyone.
Hi.
It's
This is a really bad intro. It's like
Let's take it again from the top, boys.
Just kind of stumble into this. Hey, it is welcome everyone. Welcome to the High Council. Believe in the High Council. Believe in us. Believe in your friends here. We've got me. I'm Ethan Van Sciver of Comic Artist Pro Secrets. 25-year veteran of the comic book industry, world's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media. I want to introduce you to Jeff Hicks of World Class Bullshitters. Hello.
Hello, Ethan, and hello, Jeremy, and everyone else out there. It's Tuesday. It means it's time for the High Council, and we got a lot of shit to talk about tonight.
We do.
Yes, we do. And we couldn't do it without our friend Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, EVS. Hi, Jeff. How is everyone doing? Oh, I'm sorry. I was reading from the script. EVS gave me a script because he's like, Jeremy, no cussing unless you want to. And I said, fuck it. We'll do it live. Is that
all right, Bill?
Okay.
I just want one clean episode of the High Council that my grandma can listen to. That's all I wanted tonight, Jeremy. Welcome, everybody. By the way, the question about how is everybody doing can be answered this way. We are doing awful. Me and Jeff are both very, very sick and suffering, but that's okay. We're not going to take it out on you guys. We're going to do our show as usual and just hope that everything is all right. It is the High Council. It's our weekly show. First of all, guys, I want to apologize for not being here last week when I should have been. I should have been here, and I slept right through it. It's just more sickness. It's more disease.
But we had your back as always, because that's what we do. And you got some sleep, and you needed some sleep. You've been working your ass off lately.
Thank you for understanding, Jeremy.
I'm a very understanding person.
No, you're not, Jeremy, because you called me up to yell at me, and I want you guys to know. Jeremy goes, Ethan, I need to talk to you, and I go, it's like getting called into the principal's office, and Jeremy goes, Ethan, you're a no-show at work. Do you understand? You're a no-show. I said, I didn't look at it that way. I said, well, you got to realize, Ethan, there are people who come to watch you. They come to listen to you and all the stupid things that you say. And you weren't there. You let everyone down.
True story.
You made the baby Jesus cry.
Yeah. I mean,
look, that was the worst thing that he said to me, because it was like around Easter, and I was like, oh, I mean, Easter traditionally, the baby Jesus has had it rough. It's not the baby Jesus, a 33-year-old Jesus, but he's had it rough on that day. It's and then Jeremy said that I made the baby Jesus cry. So I want to apologize to everyone and the baby Jesus for missing last week's High Council. And I'll try not to do it again, but the Baron 79 says Jeremy is right.
Jeremy
Dr. Fantastic says Jeremy.
I wouldn't go that far.
Right.
Well, EVS is he's the heart and soul of this. He's the most entertaining guy on the show. He won't tell you that. He'll say, "Oh, I'm just a part." He is. He's the most. He's the man. And we, it doesn't work the same with him. Not to dismiss the fact that Gary stepped in and was phenomenal, and Gary from Nerdrotic is phenomenal. Yeah. And we had, how long did we go, Jeff? Like almost 5 hours.
4 hours, 57 minutes and change.
Yeah, and so it was so Gary was awesome, and we appreciated that. But so we're glad to have Uncle E back for sure.
I can do everything that you guys did in that 5 hours. I can do it in 20 minutes. Let's go.
Let's do it in 20 minutes.
All right, guys, we got big stuff going on this week. Of course, Whammon are upset. Here's one thing that people have to understand. There is a portion of Star Wars fandom that is Whammon related. Oh, no, I don't want to get into that yet. First, I want to talk about Endgame. And by the way, spoil it, because everybody in the audience is saying, please spoil Endgame. Spoil it. No, don't spoil it. People are saying, please don't spoil Endgame. What did you think of it, Jeremy? And be honest. Don't lie just to impress Disney.
Fuck Disney. I enjoyed the movie. I did my initial reaction right when I got home, and I said I enjoyed it. I found it to be very entertaining, but there is a ton of problems in this movie, a ton. And anybody trying to tell you there's not problems, they're not paying attention. And I get that. This is a highly anticipated film. A lot of people go into these films. I've been guilty of this in the past. you watch a highly anticipated movie that you have been waiting for, and your expectations are extremely high, and you don't want to acknowledge the reality that you just witnessed. And I totally understand that. It was an entertaining movie. It had some really awesome moments, but those awesome moments are covering up a lot of scars. This is basically this is that, and of course, it's going to be a something I don't have direct experience with because I'm not a drinker. But it's just kind of like that girl you thought was really hot, and then you wake up next to her the next morning because she was at the bar, and you're like, she's hot. You go home, you wake up, you're like, fuck. And that's what Endgame was. Endgame had a lot of pretty makeup over it, and it covered a lot of scars. And once you wake up that next morning, you're like, this bitch ugly. And it is ugly. But you might have had fun with her, but it was still ugly. And it's got a lot of issues. So,
Jeff, do you agree or do you disagree?
I liked the movie, but it definitely has problems. Let's see. I gave it an 8 out of 10 on the show because I liked 80% of the movie. And 20% I thought had issues. Looking back, I think it's the third best Avengers movie. So I prefer Infinity War. I'll say that one's a 10 out of 10. I love that movie.
There are only 4 Avengers movies. There are only 4 of them. So Correct. You're saying it's the third?
Yes, I would say that this is better than Age of Ultron, but it's not even a fair comparison for Infinity War, which was a much tighter movie. My biggest problem with this movie was Thanos felt like an afterthought. Like either you do what you did to him in the beginning of the movie and it's it, or when you introduce this past Thanos, who the best line for me to sum up my feeling was when Black Widow goes, you don't know who, or not Black Widow, Scarlet Witch. It's like, you don't know who I am, but you did whatever. It's like, yeah, this guy doesn't know. This villain has no game in this. He's like, well, I'm inevitable. I'll do whatever. It's like, but it's not the same Thanos. So I feel it's good. A lot of people like it. They're hyped. I'm not trying to change that. It's way better than Captain Marvel. But I think a lot of people like Return of the Jedi. They love it at first. They'll watch it again a whole bunch down the road, and they'll realize, I got some high emotional moments, but the story really has problems. Time travel inconsistencies, storytelling inconsistencies, too many what-ifs or hows or whys. So if you're looking for the end of the MCU, this is it. Like, you can never go to another one of these again, and you'll get the complete story of most of these characters. Even the ones that have movies planned out feel completed. So I enjoyed it. I'm glad I saw it. I kind of want to watch it again to make sure I feel right about how I say what I'm saying. But overall, yeah, if we're ranking it just out of the Avengers movies, 3 out of 4, and then of all the MCU flicks, top 10 definitely.
Well, can we go ahead and call Civil War an Avengers movie also, though? I mean, it really is.
Oh, if we're calling Civil War minus Thor, then yeah, I'm going to put it Civil War is going to top. It's going to be Infinity War, Civil War, Avengers, Endgame, then Age of Ultron.
We are exactly the same, except I'm flipping Endgame to be last behind Age of Ultron. Not that I hate I actually like Age of Ultron a lot more than most, but it's if we're calling it Civil War an Avengers movie, then it is my 5th favorite Avengers movie. Endgame.
Well, it isn't. Okay, it's a Captain America movie, so stop it. Both of you stop it. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any of them. I don't watch these movies. I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not watching these movies. I'm not going to go see them. I'm not going to go see Captain Marvel. I'm not going to go see Avengers Endgame. I saw Avengers Infinity War. And by the way, I gave it a poor review and everybody got mad at me. I said it was stupid. And people got very, very upset with me. So I might not be the target audience. I might not be the target audience for these movies. I said then, and I say it again today, I said that Avengers Infinity War was like Joseph Stalin versus the fucking Muppet Show. Why are the Marvel superheroes so damn stupid? Why? 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 Why are they silly? Why are they cracking jokes while 50% of humanity dies? And not the good 50%, not the 50% that should die necessarily. I did not like that movie. It made me feel weird and uncomfortable, and it was way too long.
Did you watch all of them, the build up for that, or no? Is that the first one you watched?
No, I watched 1 and 2, and then I watched Avengers Infinity War.
No, but I meant all the other Marvel flicks.
No. I watched maybe...
Infinity War is a masterpiece.
Yeah, I've watched that honestly 40 times in the year.
It is a masterpiece.
I really love it. I think it's a great movie. I love it enough that I got a digital copy. I got the Blu-ray. I've watched it on Netflix a whole bunch of times. I could put it on right now. I will say, not Age of Ultron, excuse me, Endgame does have the benefit, even though I like it less than Infinity War, it doesn't change my perception of Infinity War. So everything in Infinity War is still great to me. If anything, I'd like to make my own cut of the movie. So remember when they find Thanos in the beginning of Endgame? I'd basically like to tack that on to the end of Infinity War, and then just boom, that's the whole movie. And then the Avengers lose. I would like if they lost.
Yeah,
I don't need that happy ending. I kind of like when it's like, what, fuck, did we lose? And then that's it. And I think a way to make this movie better would have been to show people dusting away, just more than Hawkeye's family. Like, have an airplane with people on it, and you see some person, and they're talking, and they're like, Captain blah, 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 and the captain, dusts away, and then the person goes to scream to somebody next to him, and they dust away, and this plane just goes down, and you see the world just fall into terror. And you get this. I think you would have built the stakes up higher had you done that, because we saw it happen to the Avengers in Infinity War, and then we saw it happen to Hawkeye's family, and that's kind of about it. And this movie, I mean, yeah, armchair quarterbacking aside, like, this movie does leave a lot of holes. Like Spider-Man, it's 5 years in the future, and he's still in the same high school, but it's got the whole same class. Like, what are the percentage odds that his entire class that they marketed happen to get snapped away? And they're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, the MCU is not in the best of place that it should be.
Yeah, I think I actually like what you said about just taking the beginning part of Endgame with Thanos and tacking that on to Infinity War, and boom, there's your movie. You know what I mean? So,
well, they are finished. They are absolutely finished with the Marvel Comics universe that Stan Lee created with Jack Kirby and Steve Ditko. They're finished with it. Now, what comes now is the SJW. Super weirdo feminist MCU of 2014 through present. That's what they're cooking up now. They got Kevin Feige by the balls. They got him by the balls. They got him by the balls right now, and they're going to make him do Squirrel Girl. I promise you, Ms. Marvel is coming up next. And you've got these weirdos right now. Are you kidding me? You've got these weirdos. I got a guy from the comic book industry. He's like, oh, if only some of these celebrities that are making, so much money portraying superheroes actually took pictures of themselves reading comic books, and that would really help the comic book industry. Let me explain something to you. No, it would not. Not when it looks like this. Do you understand? This is what these people look like when they're reading our comic books. This is supposed to represent the joy of comics. Can you imagine? This is a celebrity. This is a celebrity reading a comic book. I would rather die than read a comic book that this person is. Look at her face. She's 2 pages into it and she's bored.
Well, I mean, at least she has good taste, because look what the fuck she's reading.
Oh my God, I know.
They ended Jeff. It's over with. Are you there, Jeff? We didn't hear anything you said.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said?
No, you skipped out.
Ah, damn it! I said, look what the hell she's reading.
Yeah.
No wonder she wouldn't have any expression.
I don't know if you skipped out for everybody. You skipped out for me. I mean, this is classic, though. This is classic. What they've done is they have elevated this platform based on good storytelling and leaving the agenda stuff out of it for the most part. And now that they are at their height, now they're going to do the whole switcheroo and turn it into the SJW platform, because they have this mega platform, because they know they couldn't build it with the SJW storytelling. So they've built it with non-SJW storytelling. Now it's time to push the agenda into it. And it's just classic, Hollywood BS.
I'm going to ask you guys a question, all right? And I want you to speculate. And I trust that you guys are in a position to speculate. Where is the guy with the camera? Where's he standing exactly in this photograph? I want you to really think about what you're seeing. I want you to think about the POV, point of view. And I want you to tell me. I want you to use your imagination and figure out exactly where this guy is with the camera. What is he doing? He is straddling the fucking couch, guys.
That's the only straddling going on.
Yeah.
This picture makes me want to die. All right.
I'm a little worried about where her feet are, because you've seen the picture of her feet.
They're up him. They're probably up him, Jeremy.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
That's a concern. Have we had confirmation that this cameraman made it out of this situation alive?
No, we haven't. Thank you for your concern.
Right. And these are the important questions right here. These are important questions.
Yes, indeed.
Can we get some milk cartons?
Now, Jeremy, speaking of important questions and things that are of some mild concern to our fans, let's talk about Let's talk about Game of Thrones. And Cecil apparently isn't going to make it here.
Really?
Well, he's not here yet, is he? Do you see?
Well,
Cecil?
he said he messaged the chat. Hang on. 1 minute getting drinks. That's what he said.
Oh, perfect. Just what we need. A drunken Cecil on the High Council. All right, we'll skip that for now.
That's the only way I want Cecil, to drunk.
That's right.
I had many a drink with Cecil. He's a lot of fun.
All right, let's go over this. Let's go to my favorite website. It's called the Mary Sue. By the way, I don't know if you guys are into it like I am, and you can call me a pervert if you wish, but the booty on this, you know what I'm talking about? No?
On the Mary Sue thing.
On the Mary Sue logo, yeah. I
never even paid attention to their logo. Yeah, not really. I'm not feeling it. So.
What are you talking about? I mean, I know she's like, I'm a powerful woman, but I don't know, man. I'm digging the arch and everything, and it's a nice boot.
It goes completely against the narrative that they try to create for their garbage tier site.
That's why I like it, you know? That's why I like it the most. Star Wars' new Vader comics seem to take a swipe at female fans, and the fandom is not happy. Well, speak for yourself, Kate Gardner. I was very happy.
I laughed at this story.
Me too, and I can't wait to read this. I read it somewhere else, but I don't think I've read the Mary Sue's take on this. Looking forward to it. Are you guys looking forward to this?
Looking forward to this because I don't know anything about this story.
Oh dude, God. You're in for a fucking doozy. This might be the best Star Wars story of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. You missed it.
Yeah, I've been too busy going after Ryan Johnson for his tweets.
Oh, he's back at it again?
Mm-hmm.
God, that man is desperate for attention.
Yep.
He's a round-headed buffoon. We already know this. But look at this. Warning, spoilers for... by the way, if you're planning on reading what's left of Chuck Wendig's Darth Vader book, I'm afraid we're going to spoil it for you. So tune out now. Spoiler for issue number 3 of Vader Dark Visions. Vader Dark Visions by Chuck Wendig. All right, here we go. While Star Wars' novels have featured more women writing them, the franchise's installments in other mediums have not followed so shameful. This is not only true for women behind the camera on the films, but women writing the comics. The latest issue of Vader Dark Visions more than proved that there need to be more women working on the comics, as it shows a stunning lack of consideration for women fans. Oh my God. Fully engorged. This is fantastic. This is great news. The plot... Snowflake. They literally have something called Snowflake here.
Click on it.
Am I imagining this?
We need to learn more.
Global
Cecil's Snowflake. Here. What's up, Cecil?
Uh-oh. I heard it clink.
Cecil.
Yes, it's just an empty glass.
I'm disappointed, Cecil.
Well, it's about to get something in it.
Oh, okay, good.
Sorry about the noise.
Could I fucking read this article without being interrupted by you and your drinking problem, please? Not everyone, Cecil, needs to clink a glass and drink hard liquor to get through a Mary Sue article. Some of us quite enjoy it. Okay, so
I need more than that. All
right, global snowflake. Snowflake United Tech. You gotta be freaking kidding me. It's on the Mary Sue. It's Snowflake. All right, let's get back to this. The plot follows an unnamed Imperial nurse who is in love with Darth Vader. Though he doesn't know she exists.
I'm sorry.
She fantasizes not only about them fighting the rebels and being romantic together. Can you imagine being romantic with Darth Vader? Hold on, let me think about it.
He has no dick.
He has no dick. Yeah.
And it burned off 30 years ago.
Well, that puts a damper on things, doesn't it?
Everything. No wonder he's so angry.
But about him punishing those who hurt her. All right, so she's like Darth Vader's gonna beat up all of the bullies that hurt me. She steals bits and pieces of his suit left over from surgeries, which is admittedly off-putting. And when she is discovered by her superior, he throws out her treasures. Distraught over the loss, the protagonist envisions herself as a Sith Lord fighting. This is so soy-based. Fighting next to Vader. and stumbles upon an unmasked Vader in meditation. She says they can be together, only to be interrupted by a lightsaber through the chest. Vader then stalks away from her and demands the garbage be removed from his quarters. Yeah, sounds charming. It's Darth Vader, right, Jeremy?
I regret hearing this story. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, you have to do it. Now, it's worth noting that Chuck Wendig, we all know who Chuck Wendig is. All right.
Sadly.
Yes, he is. He wants you to eat a boot covered in shit. Shit covered boot. Ah!
Hi, Chucky. Hi, Chucky. How you doing, buddy?
This is the 16th video Ethan Van Sciver has made mentioning me. It's getting to the point of an obsession, wouldn't you say? Enough already. It's worth noting that Chuck Wendig, who was originally slated to write this Vader series prior to being fired by Marvel from a trebuchet, tweeted that his original idea for the story was about a male morgue attendant. Sorry, Chuck. Sorry. It doesn't get to be a boy. It doesn't get to be a toxic male. It gets to be a little feminist weirdo. A little soy femme weirdo. She's the one who got the lightsaber. That's what happens. That's what happens when you're an SJW and you get fired from Marvel and your idea gets reconfigured by a sane person who became obsessed with Vader, and yet it was changed to a woman. So, you know, many female fans are deeply upset by the story and took to Twitter to call out Star Wars for the way the character was treated. This seemed to be calling out and mocking female fans who like or identify with villainous characters, which is a sizable portion of the fandom. Yes, that is correct. SJWs do identify with villains. They do. And they don't want to be punished for it. And they're shocked, I tell you, when those villains turn around and whip them through the chest with a lightsaber. Now, a lot of people were deeply, deeply upset by this. I don't have to tell you guys, you know that it's true. These SJWs are absolutely out of their minds over it. And let's take a look. Let's see exactly what these SJWs are saying. What do you think about that, Jeremy? Are you keen?
Oh, I'm very interested to hear the next part now.
Okay, well, first I'm going to show you the illustrations, okay, because I think you need to see the illustrations. All right, so here is Darth Vader. He don't trust a big butt and a smile. Darth Vader to the bridge, he says, come get this garbage out of my quarters. By the way, you know what's the most offensive about this, Jeremy?
What's that?
Jeremy, you know what the most offensive thing about this is?
Tell me, EVS.
Okay, hold on one second. He called her a hoe right before he did it. He said, "Hoe," room right through her.
Wait, so is there a sizable amount of these women that have like fantasies that Darth Vader is their boyfriend and like that this is what he would do to them if they showed up?
There are only a few, but they are sizable, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's scroll through here. Here is the complaint. Here's the outrage. Here's the soy-based outrage.
Oh wow,
soy-based outrage. Let me tell you something. Steele Saunders is among them.
Oh, of course he is. Of course he is.
Steele Saunders.
I really regret giving him any respect at Celebration because he was in line ordering food, and I really wanted to confront him. And I was like, you know what?
Guy?
That's the Raylo guy. That's the guy that went after Jesse months and months ago for making a video on Geeks and Gamers and called her. Well, first they thought it was me, so they just screenshotted the thumbnail and they're like, "Look at what Jeremy's doing. He's spreading his misogyny again." And people are like, "That's a chick that did the video." And then they're like, "Oh, well, the women at Geeks and Gamers are just controlled by him. They can't think for themselves." And so, you know, if anybody knows Jesse, they know that's not true.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I know.
And so I wanted to confront him about that, but he was in line, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to bum rush this dude while he's eating, and hopefully I'll get another opportunity. He probably would have ran from me like Star Wars Explained ran from me, but either way, neither here nor there.
Oh, called out. Benjamin Plummer says, "Have $5 and send me $5." Thank you so much. I appreciate the $5 for making fun of Steele Saunders. That Vader comic, each. I've never felt such a bad vibe from an official Star Wars product before. Hey, Steele, I don't think Daisy Ridley ever felt such a bad vibe from someone interviewing her on the red carpet before either. Do you want to? No. Hey, do you know about the Raylos? Do you know about the Raylos? Are you a Raylo? Are you, girlfriend? Girlfriend, are you a Raylo?
No, and this is the guy. This is the guy who actually said because women that don't agree with him can't think for themselves, real life women, but he's offended over fictional characters.
Ew. Wow. Yeah. Anyway, Daisy Ridley was offended. Steele, probably the woman who is being stalked, and her boyfriend and her friend's wife and baby are being threatened with murder. Probably doesn't want to associate with those Raylo weirdos. But good job. This person, Joy, ironically named Joy. How I felt about Vader Dark Visions #3. Come get the garbage out of my quarters. By the way, I'm not good at Darth Vader's voice.
I have a serious question. I wonder how many of these people actually bought this book or just read the article and bitched.
Read the article and bitched. Almost probably every single one of them.
For everyone out there, if you're going to start talking shit, go pick up a copy. You don't take a picture at your comic book store. Go buy it, take it home, and then bitch about it online. Until then, you're complaining about an article. There's your attention. The High Council noticed you.
I would buy a copy of it and then talk about how it's the best thing I've ever read.
I think I might do that tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it's
My
like
comic book store is open.
Chuck Wendig's final issue of Darth Vader was rescued when some bright editorial person decided to change his soy guy into a whammon. That was much better. That was a very smart editorial choice, and it rescued the whole story.
Well, I hope it has great sales.
I think it will.
The very last tweet, the bottom right corner is SJW perfection. Read that one, EPS.
Bottom right hand corner. Love how Star Wars literally emphasizes over and over how sad and tragic Vader is, and when a woman naturally feels bad for him, she gets brutally murdered, and the last panel is her dead body, and it's referred to as trash. Nice to know how sexist this writer is.
Actually, she's wrong. He called her garbage.
Let's be honest. It says right here, "Come get this garbage out of my quarter."
Yeah, she's way off base. Oh, by the way, didn't this guy start his career as Vader by slaughtering a room full of children? Yeah. And then he blew up his daughter's planet. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? This guy's a mass murderer. He's like Hitler. What? I don't fucking understand anything anymore.
Man, these people are absolutely nuts. They don't care about this stuff. They don't follow this stuff. And when they can cherry pick things that they can be offended over, suddenly they want to pretend to be passionate about this stuff. It's absolutely hilarious.
Dude, you're 100% right on that. That's why I cut in, because I honestly don't think these people have the money to spend $4 on a Marvel book to bitch about it. They just saw something online and got riled up.
It's exactly what they did.
And I hope Marvel realizes that this is the most Darth Vader move. I mean, if you want to break it down from a Star Wars fan, why would he? One, he has no dick, so he probably has no interest. And two, he's still, regretful over Padme and all that other bullshit. So I like this idea for a story. I think it looks ugly, but it's the dumbest concept to have an obsession with Star Wars. I think that is why entertainment sucks the way it is, because you have really dumb people that make this stuff. And they make this stuff based on their own fantasies. But notice all the classic stuff that stands the test of time is based on mythology and, these greater international worldwide themes. And this is just some weird wet dream on Tumblr. That's what this is a comic book. And they had the rights, so they put Darth Vader in it. And that's embarrassing for Star Wars.
It is embarrassing. I'd like to quote Alex down there at the bottom. He says, "It's absolute shit, and I'm glad it's getting called out." I wrote a song about it. Can I sing you the song?
It's your show, man.
Absolutely.
It might be too loud. Well, Darth Vader killed 1 billion people on Alderaan, but every single one of them was a man. The Sith respects women. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Bravo.
I cried.
So a lot of people were shocked about that. A lot of people were shocked that Darth Vader would actually dare to kill a woman. And as you can see, Steele Saunders didn't like it. Ola M says, yep, it's truly and utterly disguising. It's everything Star Wars has never been about. Who on earth allowed that? Shame on Marvel.
What is he talking about? Jabba the Hutt kidnapped Leia, made her like a sex slave. What do you mean it's never been about? It's always been about being brutal to people and oppressing them. That's why you needed the rebellion.
Yeah.
The more these people talk, the more they validate everything we say.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Chuck Wendig, of course, comes out to do a victory lap, seeing that his soy-based weirdo army does not like the women being killed. Chuck Wendig comes out and says, search your feelings. You know it to be true. He says, apropos of absolutely nothing, my issue 3 of The Shadow of Vader was about a toxic fan boy, a Morgue attendant on the Death Star, who became obsessed with Vader. And it didn't end well for him. Obviously. I thought it was good, and I'm sorry you won't see it. Onward we go. Passive aggressive off. And that is where we stand with Chuck Wendig. Now, this comic, of course, is going to be a bestseller as people realize how butthurt and ass angry SJWs are over it. I do recommend it. I think even though the art is execrable, the rest of the story looks to be pretty on point. Darth Vader would not tolerate an SJW fangirl, even one. And by the way, nobody has really pointed this out, guys. I'm going to point it out. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. You guys have to trust me. All right?
Always.
Is there a lot of fanfic for him where like he's having affairs with women? Is this like a thing and they were addressing it?
Maybe. Why is she checking his prostate? What is going on there? What is going on there? She's like, now cough, Lord Vader. What is going on?
Maybe he's just bad at sex and he was trying to do something to her.
Let me return the favor. Yeah, not great. But I mean, she's tickling it. Look at her fingers.
Well, there's no it.
Well.
Jeff is dedicated to the penisless Vader.
It burnt off. We saw it go.
We saw it go. We saw it float away in the lava. Yeah.
Wasn't he on his stomach when he was burning though?
He was all on fire, dude.
This is a very important topic. I feel like we really need to figure this out.
In fire victims and also frostbite victims, extremities are the first things to go. Nose, fingers.
Penislessness of the Lord Vader. Yeah. Talk about it. I guess.
I'll write a book.
So, speaking of penislessness, Game of Thrones.
That was a nice segue.
Well, there were a lot of eunuchs in that show.
Yes,
a whole army of them.
Yes, indeed. I wonder. Now, there's some controversy. Most people think it's the worst thing that they've ever seen.
Well, most people are idiots.
Cecil has seen worse. You did not. You liked.
Loved.
Fantastic.
Tell me why.
It was exactly how it was supposed to go. It was the epic battle, and I know that people didn't like that it was dark, but that's because you have bad televisions and you're watching it with the light on. What you need to do is go to your sister's house, who has like an 80-inch high def theater, and then just turn out the lights completely, and you could see it perfectly. So that's my advice to those people.
Yeah.
But in Cecil's world, we don't get Luke versus Vader. We have R2 just come in and handle business.
Because the Night King is not Darth Vader. Everybody wants him to be Doctor Doom or Thanos, or he doesn't.
The only reason that mankind has come together was to fight the Night King because Jon Snow made it happen.
He's not a
Jon Snow was treated he was treated like the garbage white male he was.
No, he was because you're treating him like I said, like Doctor Doom or Thanos or Darth Vader, and you wanted to have him show his power. He's not like that. He's not going to speak. He's elemental. He is a force of nature. He actually brought a blizzard with him. He controls death. The only way to take out something like that in a straight up army. Let me just put it this way: did you think they ever had any chance against him? army.
I mean, we all knew that they were going to defeat them by common sense.
No, not really. Because by the end, I thought maybe they might wipe everybody out, and it might just be them versus Cersei.
You knew good and damn well with 3 episodes left, there's no way that was happening.
You never know with this show. That's why.
Yes, you do. You do know
It
that.
got down to the nitty gritty. It was over.
We all knew it was going to be an Avengers ending when it came down to it. You know, kill the leader.
Here's the thing, Jeremy. You wanted like a sword fight where he's injured and show he can't. Once he's pierced by Valyrian steel or the dragon glass, he's dead. So it's a one-shot thing. An assassin is who they needed, and that's who they got. An assassin with one shot. She took it, she killed him, and it was over.
Right. So let's look at this. Okay. And I love Arya as a character. Arya is a fantastic character. No, she's not a Mary Sue for anybody trying to say that.
I'll go through the whole episode with you. There's only like 6 or 7 scenes in the whole opening scene is the Dothrakis attacking them. Good scene or bad?
Terrible. They run into the darkness of the dead and get completely slaughtered. Great job, Daenerys. Great job on that one.
That you're missing the whole point.
That's Hillary as president right there.
You're missing the whole point. The thing was the Dothraki are on horses. At the last second, what's her name? Melisandre lights their swords on fire. They go out into the darkness.
Convenient how that happened. Like she just casually just shows up like, hi, let's do a stare down.
With dragons and wizards. Yeah, that's what happens.
There's a lot of passion there. A lot of passion.
It was dumb.
Well, then you're watching the wrong show. Watch Mission Impossible or something.
I've watched this entire series be amazing.
She's a witch, and she made their swords. And that scene where they go into the darkness and you see their swords going out one by one is cinematically a perfect scene.
That was a cool scene. That was a cool scene.
You said it stopped 3 seconds.
No. The scene with the swords lighting up was a cool scene in isolation.
What about when they're dying and the swords are going out? Like that is to establish dread. They did cinematography of darkness and their swords going out one by one, and that's their most fearsome warriors getting annihilated. In 30 seconds, you see the swords going out one by one. It was fucking perfect.
It was perfect from a visual standpoint. Yes, you're taking pieces of this terrible piece of footage, and you're trying to say that it was great. That you're saying, oh well, the cinematic feature of them all charging into the darkness of dead people and getting slaughtered was beautifully shot. Okay, but it was still a stupid and pointless move that made no story sense.
You're missing the point. There was no chance. They're fighting an army that doesn't feel pain. It doesn't feel fear. They keep advancing no matter what. They never get tired.
They felt pain when Daenerys John took the fire-breathing dragons and destroyed them.
Well, you saw that she opened up with the dragon on him. It did nothing. He's one of the unburnt, just like her. That's when it was just a building of dread. The whole thing was shot perfectly. It built dread after dread. Finally, he was open in a field. She has her dragon and she unleashes it on him, and it does nothing. And the dread just builds. And then what happens? Her dragon gets swarmed by zombies. She gets knocked off. And he raises the fucking dead. All the hundreds of thousands of people he just killed, he just raises, and now they're fighting for him. It was just dread. Then it turned into a bit of a horror movie when it went inside and they're chasing through the hallways, and that library scene with Arya.
The Arya scene in the library was fantastic.
Please,
I loved that scene. I thought that was the best scene in the entire episode because I love Arya but the problem is Arya got 3 signature moments in this episode, and Jon Snow looks like a effing idiot.
3 more episodes. Jon Snow's time will come. Believe me.
You're telling me that this isn't about Jon Snow.
Everybody wanted the Jon Snow versus Night King battle, and they pulled it. They pulled it from you, and everybody was thought that Arya would kill Cersei. Well, they're probably going to switch that on you too.
I'll look. Just know this: that Ryan Johnson's on your side, Cecil.
Ryan Johnson is on your side, but I am not, and I will tell you this right now. This has become a big argument. Let's look at this right now. What is a Mary Sue? Jack Posobiec says Rey is a Mary Sue. Danny is a Mary Sue. Now Arya is a Mary Sue.
She's not. She spent 6 years training.
She's not a Mary Sue.
6 years training.
Well, yes, 6 years training. She would have been whacked out by now in this world. She's a little child.
Yeah, but she was trained by an elite like cult of magical assassins.
As far as Cecil and I are on this episode, we are standing very, very firm together on that. Arya is not a Mary Sue.
Well, you agree, then Ryan Johnson is on your side. Ryan Johnson has finally admitted he's an SJW. Here we go. Mary Sue is a term that gets abused as woman who does something unexpectedly awesome when it specifically means character who never fails when trying and is always better than all the other exceptional characters around them. And basically,
no,
but that's not Arya.
Arya
has no clue what he's talking about.
Arya, during Arya's sex scene, she takes off her shirt and her body is literally covered in scars. She was when Mary Sue was never brought low. She was literally literally made her a blind beggar for a season.
This is why EVS is awesome. He took two people that were fighting, and now he's making us join together.
We're fighting against Ryan Johnson.
Ryan Johnson says it is impossible to separate the term from its bad faith use. The term itself is rooted in sexist bullshit. It needs to die. Ryan Johnson is a purveyor of the Mary Sue. Ryan Johnson created Rey, who's the ultimate Mary Sue. Ryan Johnson is the jackass who created Rey, a woman who basically sells scrap metal for just enough money, subsistence level food to live. And then suddenly you put her in the Millennium Falcon. She flies it better than Han Solo, and she knows the Millennium Falcon better than Han Solo. She can handle a lightsaber better than Luke Skywalker, better than anyone. She's the greatest in the whole world. She has big, giant, white chiclet teeth. Hooray.
Can I show my response to Ryan Johnson real quick on this?
Yeah, I think you should.
All right, so this is my response right here. You know what's sexist? Not believing female characters deserve an actual arc and storytelling, thinking they can't earn anything, so you just gift them victories. If only you treated female characters with respect instead of the social tool you made them in The Last Jedi. Boom.
Boom.
Boom. There you go, Ryan Johnson.
I love it, man. That's hot. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Now, I think the good news.
I will say, well, let me say this real quick. I don't know if we'll get a chance to finish this. We don't want to spend all night on Game of Thrones, but I respect where Cecil's coming from. I really do. I think he makes very valid points. I totally understand. I understand where he's coming from. I don't agree. And I think he's probably going to use the "I'm drunk" excuse, and that's fine.
No, I'm not drunk.
I do. I appreciate the fact that you found some really cool imagery and themes in that.
I've gone through the first 4 scenes, and you've agreed with me. Oh, that was good. That was good. Yet elaborated.
I agreed with your cherry picking aspects of those scenes.
What scene did I skip that was bad? Tell me the bad scene.
The bad scene was the opening scene with the Dothraki sitting there and just going right into the White Walkers in the dark. Why? It was so dumb from a strategic standpoint.
They're maniacs. That's their fiercest, craziest. And then when she lit their swords on fire, they were like fucking ready for it. They were like, we're unstoppable, and they just went into the blackness. And you see their swords going out one by one. And I really fucking love that establishing scene because it was so like dumb.
It was so dumb.
It set the tone. It was like they're fucked. There's no way they could win.
Well, I got killed on my reaction to this. I think I had one of the first reactions on YouTube because I got absolutely destroyed on my video.
I think more people are on your side than mine, to be honest with you.
I think now there are, because I've seen Doomcock and Gary from Nerdrotic, come out and do their videos on it, and they didn't get near the kickback that I did for mine. And now
I didn't notice there, so I'll go after them next.
Gary's in the chat earlier. I could see he's antsing to get in here because he's like, God damn it,
I'll go. All right, the next scene is when we got to Daenerys burning the Night King and it didn't work. The dead raised in the crypt. That was fucking great. They're all hiding down in the crypt for safety. All of a sudden, he raises all the dead on the battlefield, and the dead in the crypt wake up, and now all the dead Starks are attacking them in the. That shit was a straight up horror movie. It was fucking great. And the scene.
Did Sean Bean come back?
Yeah, he did. His had no head. It was running. I swear to God, it was running around with no head. They threw him in there. And here's the thing: that scene between Sansa and Tyrion when they thought they were going to die was great. Where he kisses her hand and they're like, "We're going to die." You know, I could almost see the two of them on the throne. I could see them married.
These isolated points you're making are not bad points, but the overarching
show me the bad part. I'm naming parts, and you're saying they're all good.
In your world, we don't get Luke versus Vader. We don't get Batman versus Joker. We don't get Biggie versus Tupac. We don't get anything. We don't get any payoff.
Because you thought the Night King was somebody else. You thought he was the Joker. He's not the Joker. He's not Darth Vader. He's not Thanos. He's a silent force of nature.
This is all shocking.
For 8 years, I have been told through the art of storytelling that he was important. I have been told because Jon Snow has united.
He was important.
Fine. That is what I didn't tell myself that. The storytelling told me that, and they subverted my expectations. They went full Rian Johnson, and they made the Night King out to be Snoke.
He was that Snoke.
That's right.
Wait a minute. Snoke sat on his ass on a throne and got killed. The Night King literally came in, decimated an army, rode a fucking dragon, raised the dead.
Yeah.
I mean,
wait a minute. So you're gonna give the Night credit for his army, for everything his army did, but you're not gonna give Snoke any credit for anything that the First Order did, and you're gonna
because I actually watched what the Night King's army did on screen. I didn't see shit what Snoke did. I watched it. Yeah, that's Snoke it. Where do you live, Jeremy? I'm coming over there.
I live in Florida, Cecil. I'll send you.
I thought you were on Long Island.
We'll do a car video in the Z car, and we can argue about this.
Yeah.
All right. How about this? Let's skip to the end. What do you think when the Night King goes to the Godswood to kill Bran and Theon?
I think they're going to kill every male character in the show. Should be called Games on Thrones, because all it is girls. All right, it's girls winning. Girls are right.
Yeah, I mean,
Games on Thrones.
See, the thing is I do love Arya as a character, and I do believe she has earned the right to be in that scene. I do believe that. My problem is how they treated Jon.
Wait, how is Theon's death scene? Was that good or bad? Was it?
Oh, I mean, the fact that I will say, and see, this is you're asking all the good questions. You're doing a very good job, Cecil.
I'm picking you a fucking part. That's what I'm doing.
You're absolutely not, because you are hiding from the overarching problems by picking and choosing cherry pick.
Because you still haven't picked out what's bad. You just didn't like that the Night King.
I have pointed out that in your like again. Why did Jon come back from the dead? Why did Jon unite mankind to be the guy, the white male that gets treated like shit in the most epic showdown?
Because Jon is a Targaryen and he's the rightful
Jon is a white male.
All right, I'm going to read some super chats.
He's the rightful king. He's the Targaryen.
While you guys cool off, and you guys are going to apologize to each other when I'm done, and you're going to shake hands like gentlemen, and we are going to all of us are going to agree that Game of Thrones sucks. And we're going to leave it at that.
I love Ethan. He doesn't watch Game of Thrones or Marvel movies, yet we've been speaking for a full hour on both.
I watched the first 4 seasons of Game of Thrones, and while I liked them while I watched them, I never looked forward to them. And I started to sense a couple seasons ago that this was all about girl power. And that's
not. It's not. Are you?
Every male character is a rapist, an idiot, or he's effing his sister and gets a sword through his head. Every single male character, every female character just goes through everything but triumphs. Every female character is an inspiration who pilots dragons and leads armies of slaves. Every female character is a 3-year-old girl that could kick the ass of a full-grown man. I rest my case. Dr. Coffin Nails, thanks for $5. Hawkeye got beat by a chick and she died in his place. Pretty low T. Obi-Wan, thanks for $10. Please no endgame spoilers. Thank you. Whoops. W, thanks for $2. EVS was banned from streaming last week. Absolutely. Echo Base Network. Everyone check out our giveaway video in honor of Geeks and Gamers and the Fandom Menace. Would love your thoughts on it, Jeremy, since it's directly to do with you.
I'll make a video on it tonight and I'll upload it to the channel tomorrow.
Excellent. Echo Base Network drawing this Sunday for the giveaway. Mike Murphy, how you doing? Says Endgame is like your favorite team winning the Super Bowl, but only by 1 point, and the whole game's nothing but fumbles. That's really good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Logan Michael, anti-Funko Pops. Thank you for being anti-Funko Pops. They are a problem. First thing I see is Ethan's Tico statue. That's what you need to see. By the way, guys, some of you are sending me Funko Pops to my P.O. box, and I will tell you one thing right now. I am not opening them. I'm going to line them all up down my driveway and back my car over all 35 of them. Okay? They're gonna be all in a line. I'm gonna set up cameras. I'm going to back over all of them in a row. All of them. It's gonna be a magnificent video. Logan Michael says, Frogarack says they snoked the Night King along with the emotional disconnection of defeating the wrong Thanos. Can no one write a good big bad anymore?
Well, they did. Last year, Thanos was awesome.
Thanos was awesome, but they did write they've done a great job of writing really evil white male characters. Doing a good job of that. So,
Black Angus Review says, "Hail Caesar! I have a series casting the FM in a Game of Thrones. Go see who you, Meyer, Cecil, and others got from the show. Jer Spader as Ultron, and then a little white supremacy OK sign. I guess it's just the OK sign still. Did they make that illegal yet? Are you still allowed to go OK?
Not in Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh boy,
fuck that game.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 11 is completely woke. Go ahead, Cecil.
Cecil.
Oh, the pride flag is now a white supremacist.
Oh yeah. They told me this. They said LGBTQ. Yes. When I say it means let's go beat up the queers. I was like, that's not what it stands for. It stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer. It doesn't stand for let's go beat the queers, and that is a lie. These people are nuts.
They are nuts. I mean, again, Mortal Kombat 11, like there's so many crazy things in that game, from Johnny Cage's OK symbol to Jax's ending, to the whole Trump. They take a shot at Trump. There's like 3 or 4 other things that are just obvious wokeness that's going on in that game.
Well, even that aside, I played it this weekend, and I just was better.
Cecil, you there? I keep hearing
We're losing him. We're losing him.
All the hot chicks are.
Yes, I forgot about that one too. They covered up all the women. So
it's really inconvenient that the SJWs are saying that the alt-right has taken over the rainbow flag right before I'm about to do Rainbow Brute, and I really don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it. Rainbow Brute is for everyone. Rainbow Brute is for everyone, and he hates no one except for unicorns. Fucking hates unicorns. They're like rats, Jeremy. Jeremy, in the world of Rainbow Brute, unicorns are like rodents. They're rats. They're pestilence. They're annoying.
That's definitely going to get them worked up.
Yeah, well, you're sitting there in a bar stool trying to have a drink. Yeah, well, you're trying to have a drink at the bar, and a unicorn's behind you, jamming its horn up your butt. You're like, what the fuck? And you turn around and you have to choke slam a unicorn. A bunch of them. That's the world of Rainbow Brute. Don't tell me it's not about love, because it is. Just not unicorns. Wow, $50 super chat from Tim Collins. Ever since Heart Home, John has been obsessed with facing the Night King. Nevermind would have been just as cool in Return of the Jedi. Vader had killed Palpatine before Luke got there and had made tea with no.
Thank you. Exactly my point. From a storytelling standpoint, we have been told that John.
Right, Arya killing the Night King is just like Darth Vader making tea for Luke. It goes perfectly. It's a perfect analogy.
It is. It's pretty damn close.
It's ridiculous comparison.
By the way, I've only got 501 thumbs up. I want to get 1,000. I've got 1,790 people watching right now. Hey guys, just take a minute to click that button. Oh, thank you, Jeremy. You say it better than I do. Go ahead, do it.
Smash the melee button. That's a simple request from a simple, above-average man.
Above average. I like that.
By the way, nothing cures Ethan like a live stream. Your voice was shit 2 hours ago, and the most dangerous place to be is between Ethan and his microphone. This guy,
dude, I'm walking on the razor's edge.
I'm not going to be able to talk tonight.
I'm on the razor's edge. I could immediately go into a coughing fit. You have to understand. I'm doing my job because Jeremy gave me a lecture. He said, you owe it to the people.
Jeremy was right.
He said, you owe it to the people. And don't you ever do that again.
You slacked off last week.
I did. I slept right through it. Jeremy doesn't understand. Like, first of all, Jeremy treats me the way I treat
that he had a commitment. He understands that he had a commitment and he kept it. You're the one that didn't understand.
Yeah.
Ouch.
No. I'm saying Jeremy does understand. But what he does, here's the thing. Jeremy treats me the way I treat Mike S. Miller. That is a fact.
Come on, it's not that bad, Ethan.
It's pretty bad.
Now, you weren't on the phone call, Ethan. You weren't on the phone call, Cecil.
Yeah. By the way, $20 from Jersey Devil. I read the big super chats right away. Jersey Devil says, "Hi Ethan, you and DNC inspired me to start writing my own graphic novel idea. If I can put together a #1 issue, do you suggest sharing it for free to gather interest, recruit a real artist?" No. Here's what I suggest, Jersey Devil. I suggest you save up some money, save up about $2,000 for a 20-page story. And hire an artist. You don't have to, like, an artist isn't going to come to you because your story's wonderful. An artist is going to come because he needs a job. So save up $2,000. So I'm going to pay you $100 a page to draw my great story. You will get a great quality artist. And from there, you'll be able to go ahead and get your book out there. I hope that's good advice and good luck to you.
Let me ask you a question. I'm sorry, but to piggyback on that, what if because he's unknown, what if he released 5 pages? Just to get interest to see if anybody wanted to continue with the story
of writing
of the actual completed art before he put it for sale to, like, because he's unknown, so he wants to garner interest. What do you think about releasing
just 5 pages and then you get more money? That's not a bad idea. I mean, if you had 5 pages of completed artwork, you could crowdfund from that to raise funds to pay the artist to draw the rest of it. It's a good idea, Cecil.
I'm full of them.
All right, so let's see. DJD Show says, "Good rant, EVS, Jar Binks, Mario, Quartz, and Jeff." Simple Jeremy says, "This better not be porn of Brie and the comic." Ew.
Speaking of Mario Kart, everybody's like, Jeremy, you need to do more videos on the things you love and not the things you hate. Well, I did a video on Mario Kart yesterday. Got 3,700 views. Okay,
is that
so
good,
there
right?
you go. Yeah, I mean, I'm rolling in the dough there. I do a Brie Larson video and I get 30,000 in the first hour sometimes. So if you really like the Mario Kart videos and the positive videos, make sure you like them, make sure you share them, make sure you comment and tell me what you want to see more of. I listen to the audience and I listen to the algorithm.
My Brie Larson video from this week has 310,000 views.
Hell to the yeah.
Mine's at like 370. I released it yesterday. I'm pretty happy.
Why'd you have to shit on me that quick, Jeff?
I thought my mic was off. Sorry.
Yeah, I gotta say, like, I sat there and I watched all the Brie Larson stuff come out, and it just seemed like too much. I was like, I could do Brie Larson videos all day long, but what inevitably happens is people go, "You're an incel. Why are you making fun of Brie Larson so much? Why do you hate Brie Larson so much?" And the fact of the matter is, I really do hate Brie Larson. I mean, I really do hate Brie Larson. Brie Larson gets under my skin like I can't even describe. Brie Larson thinks she's the Rosa Parks of superhero films for some reason. She's been in 1 superhero movie, well, now 2, and somehow she thinks that's empowered her to speak on behalf of all women everywhere, all women superheroes. I've had enough of it. I've had enough of her silliness. And I think people around her tolerate her. I know that the Avengers, people are like, oh, the actors for the Avengers, they're just playing with her. They're her friend. No, I think they're seriously irritated by her too, because I think they're normal people. And she's obnoxious. I have the power to change things in Hollywood. What the hell are you talking about? Change what in Hollywood exactly? You're all SJW weirdos. What do you need to change?
Make something good. That'll be a change.
That'd be nice. God, she just makes me sick. And her just plain ass face. She looks grumpy all the time. She looks like I owe her alimony. I'm tired of it. I don't want to look at her.
I like to think you have better taste, that you would have never gotten married in the first place.
No, that's the thing about Brie Larson. Brie Larson is your wife after you've divorced her. You know what I mean? Like, she looked okay. You know,
that was the title of my video. Was Brie Larson is America's ex-wife?
Yeah.
By the way, she just looks like your friend's wife when you're picking him up to go out for a night, and she's looking at you and she's like, "Fucking Cecil, he's gonna come home destroyed, and you're an asshole." And she's right. She's 100% right. But I'm still like saying how good she looks and, hey, good to see you. And I'm taking him out and he's getting fucked up beyond recognition.
No, she's horrible. And I don't know why people tolerate her. Like, people need to start laughing at her in Hollywood. But I think they are. I think they kind of are laughing at her. And I think that's the thing. But it's just all this. I have power and I can change things. And I'm an angel from on high.
Fucking narcissistic.
Oh God, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it.
So who was saying it? Was that you today? Somebody had a video I was listening to in the car, and they were saying that a lot of the guys have. Maybe it was Doug Tenaple, actually. I can't remember, but a lot of the Avengers cast has very political ideas but they kept it to themselves until they were established in the universe. She's the first one to throw that shit out there before she was anybody. Like what I mean? Like Chris Evans waited until like the second movie before he started dropping his politics into everything.
Captain
Don
Un-American.
Cheadle waited till like she started before anybody knew who she was. In fact, we knew her politics before we knew she was Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
What a son of a bee, or daughter of a bee. You call her daughter of a bee. You don't call women son of a bee, do you?
Yeah, I do.
All right. So Sal Vader says it's Brie using her talon toes to use a selfie stick. That's probably true. That was where the camera was coming from. Deef says stop showing pictures of Brie Larson. You're going to give my computer a virus. Joe Owensby said, "Hail to the High Council. What is your opinion that Coke might be canon in the Star Wars universe thanks to the Galaxy's Edge comic book?"
What? Like Coca-Cola's in Star Wars?
Oh yeah, I think I did hear something about this, but I didn't look into it. So many stories going through my feed on Twitter.
Well, the thing is, right now, Star Wars isn't the hot property. I mean, they're leaking stuff, and no one gives a shit.
Nobody cares.
Star Wars has really gone past its expiration date. And I'm not going to use this as an example to say, well, it's going to fail in December. But the Avengers is the hot thing right now. For the next 3 months, people are going to be talking about Endgame. I mean, Detective Pikachu looks cool. Sonic looks terrible. But Star Wars, they could leak the whole movie right now. People would watch it, but that's the end of it. It's not, the big event.
Well, let me see if I can change your mind about that. You know about how Oscar Isaac has been sexually harassing Finn? You know how there's a whole group of fandom?
I know Rose Tico did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But you know how there's a whole group of fandom that wants Finn and Poe to be gay together in this movie? Are you aware of that? It's called Storm Pilot. Storm Pilot is like Raylo. Now, the only thing is, what's the guy's name who plays Poe? John Boyega. John Boyega isn't into this.
Oh, it's the other way around.
No, he's
Poe Dameron.
Finn. Yeah, you're right. I mean Finn. I mean, okay, so they both have names. Finn, the stormtrooper. John Boyega is not into this. Oscar Isaac is into it, and he's sexually harassing John Boyega. Now, to further sexually harass John Boyega, and by the way, I think people need to come to John Boyega's help. I think at this point there needs to be a hashtag #MeToo on behalf of John Boyega. This is the ultimate troll. This is horrible. Here's what happened. They said, what would happen if John Boyega got pregnant with Poe's baby? And they created this monstrosity here. This is the love child of Finn and Poe right here. Hold on a second. Let me make sure that I'm sharing this properly. So you guys
I'm pretty sure their baby would look like shit.
No, this is let me just this is from MovieWeb. This is B. Alan Orange. Star Wars actors respond
to friend, right? B. Alan Orange. That's your
B. Alan Orange
buddy, right?
again. Yeah. B. Alan Orange. Star Wars actors respond to unsettling Finn and Poe Storm Pilot mashup. So this is their love child. Now, this is the ultimate. By the way, if you want to sexually harass someone, this is the ultimate way to do it, I think. I think you would just send them pictures of what your baby would look like together. It is bad. John Boyega has said over and over again he's not into this. Oscar Isaac has shown a bunch of pictures of him standing with Finn or Storm Pilot, Finn and Poe, heart signs and stuff like that with fans of this shipping fandom. There are disgusting, and I've shown a couple of them. They're disgusting, weird porno drawings of
the kid looks like Jesse Smollett a little bit.
A little bit, doesn't he? Now this is a big problem for John Boyega. He's not into this, and yet it persists. So let's read about this. What in the holy heck are we looking at here? Someone has made a Storm Pilot mashup that takes the best parts of Oscar Isaac and John Boyega's faces for the ultimate Star Wars mashup that we didn't know we needed. This Storm Pilot, as he's being called, is rather handsome, and the fan-made entity has both Isaac and Boyega a little perplexed, though perhaps Oscar is enjoying it a little more than his co-star. Do you understand? This is sexual harassment. For a long time now, 2 movies and counting, fans have wanted to see Finn and Poe hook up. Oscar Isaac seems to be down with that idea, but John Boyega seems more interested in Finn finding love with either Rose Tico, I hear you, brother, or Rey. It's a giant romantic quadrangle that has shippers in a tizzy. How will all of this play out in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker? Well, if this particular artist has their way, we'll be seeing a little Finn and Poe baby on the way. Guys, these are Star Wars fans now. Do you understand?
Well, this is the bed Disney made. Now they got a lie in it. You got all these weirdos. This is what we want out of Star Wars. 2 dudes making a baby. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
We do. Both Oscar Isaac and John Boyega have responded to seeing their faces mashed together. The pair are returning for their third, and as John Boyega tells it, final chapter in the Star Wars saga. Where will they be when the dust settles? Some fans hope in each other's arms. But we're not sure Lucasfilm is ready to commit to that relationship yet. In the Star Wars shipping community, these mother effers. The shipping community is the absolute worst. These people are horrible. The pairing off of Finn and Poe has long been known as Storm Pilot. This is a mashup of Stormtrooper and X-Wing Pilot, obviously. The new Storm Pilot image found its way onto Boyega's personal Instagram. He wondered aloud who would dare make such a thing. John Boyega has no sense of humor at all. You know that? I mean, he has no...
It really doesn't. We don't care, though, John. We remember.
Yeah. We've messed with him a couple times. You know?
He's English, you know.
Today, Boyega further commented on the fan art, sharing an Instagram story that showed a text convo between him and his co-star, with Oscar gleefully declaring, "That's our babe."
Wait, are both of those actors straight, or is Oscar gay?
Oscar is not gay, but I don't know, man. It's hard to say. He might be kind of convincible. Put it that way.
What if? Oh, I like that term. But what if the only way for 2 men to have a baby together is if they both have sex with Jabba the Hutt at the same time, and then like a few months later, he can actually like give birth to their baby?
Well, if the Emperor can come back, why not that?
And don't tell me I'm the only one with my pants down right now.
Oh, God. By the way, we've got 1,930 people watching right now, watching the love child of Finn and Poe.
Smash the melee button.
Why don't we have 1,000 likes? We should have 1,000 likes at least. There's 900 people. We could let 929 of you not hit the like button, but the other 1,000.
Do us a favor, just remember to hit that thumbs up button if you like this. If you like the idea of Finn and Poe.
If you like the idea of Finn and Poe banging Jabba the Hutt so he give birth to their baby 9 months later.
Well, I'm not in so many words. I mean, you know.
I'm sorry. I was a little wordy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the problem.
This mashup is all for fun, and it is no indication that Lucasfilm and Disney are ready to commit to the series' first openly gay male relationship in a Star Wars feature film. That would be a big step. But we may not be there yet, especially with international markets, such an important factor in box office and certain countries' unwillingness to show gay scenes to public audiences. China. Kathleen Kennedy has hinted that Poe, Finn, and Rey could return somewhere in the future, whether it be in a movie or a TV show. John Boyega, on the other hand, is like, no thanks. No, I see where this is going. He says this latest sequel brings an end to all the war in the galaxy. So really, where do you go from there? You can check out John Boyega's post at Instagram. You'll either cringe so hard your teeth will fall out, or you'll fall in love with the Storm Pilot baby. It's a weird one, but adjust your eyes. You just may enjoy it. So here, do you enjoy it?
Oh my gosh, that's horrible. Absolutely horrible. Jeez. These people, this is Star Wars fandom, though. This is what they're pandering to. This is what Lucasfilm wants.
Look at this. He's like, I'm done with this. Ha ha ha. And he's like, did you do this to Oscar Isaac? Babe, it's our babe. Bloody hell, Oscar, man. Here's the B. Allen Orange, by the way. Thank you, B. Allen Orange, for actually producing an article that doesn't make fun of me. That I caught. I mean, for once.
Their baby looks like Jesse Smollett and what's the Seahawks quarterback again?
Russell Wilson. That's so true. So true.
All right, let me read some more super chats. Let everyone process that for a little while. And some people might not have come to terms with how they feel about it. So I want you to just, think about it. Let me know.
I've come to terms with it twice already.
Yeah. I'm very, very, very solid in my belief that is garbage.
Max LaForte, thanks for $1. Joe Marone, thanks for $5. Are these Vader fans the kind of women that write fan mail to Ted Bundy and other serial killers? Yeah, I think so. I think that's who this was making fun of. And for some reason, these SJW women have no sense of humor. Brian Urso, thanks for $10. Wanted to say evening and remind everyone that my prog rock band, Gideon's Mob, is on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and CD Baby. Currently in the studio working on album 2 with a 15-minute epic dedicated to Comicsgate.
Ooh.
Like 5 minutes of that's about me. I want the drum solo to be representative of me. 5-minute drum solo. God,
that's a cool band name.
I feel like I should get at least a riff.
Yeah, like this is where Cecil enters. And then like the sound of ice cubes clinking in a glass.
I didn't mean to do that. I usually come in with liquid already in the glass, but I had to. Sorry about that.
I don't mind, Cecil, but I can tell you're like stone cold sober right now.
Totally.
Yeah.
I could drive a ferry.
Damajanai here. Hey, Damajanai says, greetings, gentlemen. Hope you two feel better. I give Endgame 8 out of 10. It does have problems, though. Check out my latest video on the pic that Mark retweeted.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't talk about that, did we?
I have to eventually make a video on it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's disturbing.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. What is it?
Well, I mean, we could talk about it pretty quickly. SJWs are disgusting animals. I know I say that a lot, but I mean it every time I say it. Mark Hamill decided that he would go out and retweet a picture, by the way, that we were involved in. I mean, I remember when the guy tweeted this, I said, yeah, it's okay, but it needs Chewbacca. Oh, let me share this. What am I doing? I'm a professional broadcaster, guys, but even professionals, screw up a little bit now and then. This is Mark Hamill's tweet. Missed opportunities, he says. This is a shot, of course, in case you can't see it, of Harrison Ford looking like he'd rather be anywhere else. But Lando Calrissian and Carrie Fisher and Luke Skywalker having way too much fun.
Wait, Mark Hamill tweeted that? That's a hate crime. What is he, some kind of Nazi?
Yeah, exactly. So this is basically, look, this is Mark Hamill saying, boy, I wish, these idiots at Disney, they really should have done this obvious thing. But no, they didn't do it because they're stupid. And I've said this before. It is like having the Beatles and then not reuniting them right before John Lennon gets killed. And you just fucked everything up. So SJWs got furious. They were furious, by the way, including Pablo Hidalgo. Where
J.J. Abrams has the task of reuniting him 10 minutes after John Lennon was assassinated.
Yes. Look at this. Look at these people. All right. These are SJWs. Oh my God. I get to do the SJW voice a million times. These are SJWs chastising Luke Skywalker for wishing that he could have been on screen with his friends one last time. I want you to really think about that. These SJWs, the same people who are imagining the love child of Finn and Poe, are angry and yelling at Luke Skywalker for saying, oh, I really would have liked to have been on screen with Carrie Fisher before she died. Katie says, do you realize how insulting this is to the people working hard for years to make exciting new characters for us to enjoy? And how your tweets feed the hordes of fanboys. Who puts people like
who does this guy think he is?
Unbelievable.
I'm with her. I'm with her on this one.
You are?
Yeah. Who does he think he is? By the way, people are shipping us in the chat. They're saying Ethel or Sethan.
I like Ethel.
What would our baby look like?
Ew, please don't. Please don't imagine that.
Yeah, can we move on? Because maybe EVS didn't need to be
Alright.
here if that's where he's wanting to go with this conversation.
Gary, are you busy right now? Can you come fill in for the last hour?
Look, I didn't ask for this. This is Cecil's doing. You guys, you wanted Cecil.
I was brought in because you couldn't. I was brought in because you couldn't talk. You've never sounded heartier.
I sound good, Homer. Yeah. All right, let me read these.
You read that. I'm sorry. I'm going to shut.
All right, I don't want to get interrupted every time I'm doing my soy boy voice.
All right, I'm going to mute myself for a minute.
All right. And how your tweets feed the hordes of fanboys, quote unquote, who push people like Daisy Ridley and Kelly Marie Tran off social media. Are you even aware of your poor impact? God, that's shaming right there.
Wow.
And then this person says, fixed it, and put Ray and Chewbacca there. Girls with Sabers. Have you guys know a YouTube account or Twitter account called Girls with Sabers?
Nope.
You are a torchbearer, Mark. By the way, can you guys read these? Can you see them on the screen, or are they too small?
I can see him.
Closer, I can see him.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna ask each of you to read a couple of these, okay? You are a torchbearer, Mark. With that comes great power and responsibility. This
Spider-Man?
This fandom is trying to mend itself from a huge rift. By the way, that huge rift is us, guys. That huge rift is us. It's the three of us. Sorry, we're not going nowhere. This right here, in my opinion, is making that rift a flaming chasm. By the way, that's Cecil. He's the flaming chasm.
Thank you.
I honestly don't know what you hope to gain from a post like this. My God, he just committed a hate crime.
I know. It's unbelievable. Oh.
All right, so I'm not going to read the. If you don't mind, I'll keep this. Jeremy, will you read the second row, please?
Yo, you really gonna feed those monsters? Jesus, get over it. You had 3 movies. It's time to move on and accept that this isn't your story anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah, fuck you.
Someone take Mark's phone from him.
Oh, this last one's getting hard to see. All right.
This is exactly why I didn't want the sequel trilogy to be, and I'm glad it wasn't Luke handing Han's dice to Leia after saying no one's really gone, then kissing her goodbye. A geriatric Big 3 adventure devoid of substance.
God. All right, Jeff, will you read from here?
That was really hard. And if everybody could tell me how brave I was, because it was hard.
Can you imagine this? Like, this isn't your story anymore. Jesus, get over it. My God, that makes me murderous.
I need an award, and I need comfort, and I need hashtags, and I need you to tell me I'm brave. Thank you.
I literally want to kill these people when I read that. like literally, I'm like, Jesus, get over it. You had 3 movies. It's time to move on and accept this isn't your story anymore. That really gets under my skin.
Yeah,
Was
Mark,
it meant to?
Get over it like you did Emperor's death when you showed up and they were fried and you kind of shrugged them off. Yeah.
Yeah. Time to get out of here. I wanted to leave anyway. Jeff, can you read the next ones? Can you see them?
Yeah, let's see. Mark, no. Why do you have to pour gas on the fire lit by toxic fans? The sequel trilogy was not your trilogy, nor should it have been. This is not a missed opportunity.
Wow.
And that comes from All Remaining Systems, Michael. Thank you, Michael. The next one comes from Steve. NGI, this movie would be boring as fuck. Somebody whose name I can't read, but I don't care. I never wanted this. This looks like a bunch of elderly people trying to recapture their youth. New cast is way better. Embrace the mentor role, not the star role.
God.
And then TK looks like a douchebag, and he says hashtag geriatric wars.
Wow. This is.
I hope Mark heard this because he needed to hear it.
Yeah. I like this guy. This is the guy I responded to. He says, this image comes from one of the alt-right portion of the fan base, right? Bad look, sir. Bad look. Yeah,
I wrote that actually.
Were you the one that said it's got a picture of a black dude in it? What does that even mean or something?
No, I didn't say that. I said, "Go fuck yourself, clown." That's
Yeah.
and I got.
yeah,
By the way,
that.
I said, "Go f yourself, clown," and it got like 1,300 likes. It was my biggest.
Yeah, that was cool. I retweeted that one.
Yeah. All right. So here's Chuck Wendig's response to that, because I know you want to know what Chuck Wendig has to say. Chuck Wendig, this is the 18th time, Ethan, that you brought me up. This is the 18th time Ethan Van Skyvert's brought me up in a video. The fuck? I adore Hamill deeply, but I wish he'd understand the tides and tides of bullshit this kind of thing unleashes. Now, I want you to really just step back.
No, every line of that should be dissected from the beginning.
Let's look at it. Okay, I adore Hamill deeply.
Everybody says that's a lie.
But I wish he understood the way Chuck understands. The tides and tides of bullshit this kind of thing unleashes. So in other words, Mark Hamill sees a nice picture, fake picture of himself with his friends, and he retweets it and he says, boy, it really should have. This is going to unleash hell, according to Chuck Wendig. This is as though the Pacific Ocean. Okay, you think about yourself. You've seen not even that. Think about Hawaii. Think about the waves of Hawaii. You know, Hawaii 5-0, like that surfer in the opening, except not water, bullshit. He's surfing on bullshit, and it's coming in like he's surfing it. It's huge, and it's lapping at the shore. And that is what Mark Hamill has done by retweeting this photograph of himself with his friends. And Chuck's like, you don't understand. I wish you understood the way I understand. The consequences. Do you understand how silly this dude is?
Yeah, because the impact was greater on Star Wars than Mark Hamill's.
Now, but the subtext of all of this is, we at Disney are trying to do something. Okay, we're trying to shove you aside, and we're barely getting away with it. Okay, some people are complaining, and you pointing out what all normal Star Wars fans wanted to see, and we fucked them out of. You are causing trouble, mister. This, okay, the amount of bullshit that this unleashes, this is like Augustus Gloop drinking from Willy Wonka's lake and falling in. This is a lot of bullshit, Mark. Okay, you've got to tolerate. Now, let me point out, I have been right in the past. I am the guy who wanted the person that Darth Vader runs through to be a fan boy, not a fan girl. You can trust me on this, Mark Hamill, legendary actor who portrayed Luke Skywalker, the most beloved hero of our fictional time. Shut the fuck up. Stop looking to the past that was successful and legendary. Start looking towards our bullshit soy-based future, or there will be consequences. You can eat a boot covered in shit, Mark. Shit covered boot, Mark. Okay, let's see the second part of this. Some folks think sorry, Chuck Wendig kills me, man. I swear to God, every time he tweets something, I enjoy it. Every single time. I get so happy about it. Look at his little face. Now, this is his new face. This is his post-firing from Marvel Comics avatar, where it's slightly more serious and his eyes look teary and pink. He's not doing his Soylent grin. He's much more sober. All right, so here we go. Some folks think I'm suggesting. Some folks seem to think I'm suggesting he's not allowed to share his opinion online or something.
Come on.
No, you got to do it like
I took credit for the Gamergate thing and said he was talking about geese and gamers, and I'm going to continue to stand by that.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, hold on. I'll get to that. Let me do this again, guys, because it has to be read right. All right, this is kind of like, first of all, every SJW sounds the same. They sound like Mark Wade. They sound like Gail Simone. They sound like Chuck Wendig. They all talk exactly alike, the same cadence, the same kind of patronizing sort of, I'm trying to sell you on some bullshit. All right, here we go. Some folks seem to think I'm suggesting He's not allowed to share his opinion online or something. Come on. He's allowed. I welcome his wistfulness.
That's the line. That's the line of the tweet right there. That
God, he's so goddamn horrible, isn't he?
I welcome your wistfulness.
He is so horrible. Like, how dare you talk to Mark Hamill this way? Can you imagine the thing about Twitter that I've noticed, and not to go off on too much of a tangent here, but the thing that I've noticed about Twitter is that it allows people to forget their station so readily. Chuck Wendig, you are the wibbly wobbly fired former writer of Marvel Comics as Darth Vader, who famously, now you're most famously known for writing, for telling people to eat a boot covered in shit. That's who you are now. You are talking to the beloved actor, okay, multi-talented, legendary actor who portrayed Luke Skywalker, and you're talking to him as though he is your bitch. And that is something, that is a disease that comes from being on Twitter too long. That is the melt brain disease, where completely unaccomplished nobodies can speak to their artistic and social betters in this manner without consequence. In fact, they get rewarded. 527 fellow nobodies back them up and like their stupid post and kind of compel them to do more. Let me read this again. Sorry, Jeremy.
No, I'm enjoying it.
Okay. Some folks seem to think I'm suggesting he's not allowed to share his opinion online or something. Come on. He's allowed. I welcome his wistfulness. But this image is the one that's gone around the Comicsgate and Gamergate alt-righty crowd already. It stokes that audience. And the creators pay for it.
That was beautiful.
Was that good? I mean, I'm no Vic Mignogna, but I do what I can.
It was pretty damn great.
I appreciate it. Chuck Wendig is a poet. I have read some of his poetry before.
How bad was it?
Well, I mean, I made a video of it.
Let's go back and watch that again.
Yeah. Well, I could share it with you right now. Okay. That's the kind of guy I am. I could share. See, at some point, Chuck Wendig decided that he was going to bring his. He's like me. I'm like him in a way. I believe in. I want to create stuff. I'm a creative person, and so is Chuck Wendig. Chuck Wendig is a creative person, and he is going to utilize social media to bring his creativity to life.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say wistfulness. I don't think I've ever heard that in real life.
Yeah, it is. It's something, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever heard that word used in real life in front of me. Now that I think about it, and we are very close to 1,000 melees. So if you're just joining us, we have over 2,000 people watching. Hello, everyone. This is the High Council. I'm not the host this week. EVS host. I am your hype the melee button guy. So this is Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. We're joined by Cecil. We're joined by Jeff from World Class Bullshitters. And we are asking you to smash the melee button if you don't mind. That is a simple request from a simply above average man. Thank
Hello. Well, I'm here because Ethan's having a hard time talking.
Yes, I am. Let me share with you my dramatic reading of Chuck Wendig's poem, Thursday. Okay? It's only a minute long, guys. Do you mind?
Let's do it.
I don't mind it at
all. Right. Okay, let's go.
Does the audio play? The audio doesn't play, does it?
Well, it does, but it's really quiet.
I don't hear it. I don't think audio plays during Google Hangouts.
Crank it up and rip off the knob.
Okay, I'm going to crank it up. You guys be absolutely silent, okay?
Okay.
Mute myself now.
Okay. All right, let's try again.
I can't hear a thing.
God damn it, Cecil.
Are the sum total of days before today. The culmination of experiences, both good and bad. You are standing at the top of the mountain that is you. A dragon curled around its craggy peak. Did I mention you were a dragon? You're a fucking dragon. Roar, fly, and burn shit.
Oh God! What the hell, man? What
Yeah.
the hell?
I mean, if you didn't hear it very well, you know, you
I heard it.
No, we
I
heard
think
it. We heard it. We heard it.
okay, all right. I mean, you always go back and enjoy it. Yeah, I like Chuck Wendig's poems. Now he'd stopped, believe it or not. You know, I thought he would continue writing more poems, and he was going to write one for every day of the week. But once he saw my poem or my interpretation of his poem, he didn't write another one. So that's everyone's loss.
Nice going.
You know.
Denied,
All right, let me read.
denied the world.
He could have done it. You know, he could have done it if he really wanted to. You can't listen to. First of all, I think I helped because I illustrated his poem. He said, "You are a mountain, and standing on top of the mountain that is you, and you're a dragon, and you burn shit." So I drew a picture of Chuck Wendig's head with a little Chuck Wendig standing on top of his head. That was a dragon Chuck Wendig that was setting fire to fecal matter, and that was what I took from his poem.
Have you auctioned that picture off yet? Is the question.
No.
Let's get that fucker up there.
All right, maybe we'll do that. All right, let me read some super chats and thank everyone for the super chats. I really do appreciate them.
And we're over 1,000 melees.
Well, this is a good episode of. It's a good episode. You know why I think it's a good episode? Because we're all pushing through. Me and Jeff are very sick. You know, but we care about the fans so much thanks to Jeremy's threats last week. We're all doing what we can to make this work. All right, so 300.
You're making me seem to be an asshole, and that's not really. Well, that's right, I am. Never mind. So no big deal.
By the way, Ethan, whenever you need me to start yelling at Jeremy over Game of Thrones, I'm ready.
I want to get me, you, Doomcock, and Gary on a live stream. That's what I want.
Would that be 3-on-1? That's a little bit more fair.
Okay, then, I think Anna. I don't know if she liked the show or not. I know earlier she was throwing insults my way in the chat. So I don't think.
No.
I think she likes it.
I mean, I love Anna, but no, 3-on-1 is a little more fair. That's fine. Get your whole crew together, compose your fucking thesis, and I will fucking demolish it.
By the way, they're all bidding on the Chuck Wendig drawing right now. It's up to $3,001 confirmed. So thank you very much for that. That's fantastic. A lot of people like Chuck Wendig artwork, you know, not his artwork, but artwork based on and making fun of Chuck Wendig
with shit on his head.
Oh yeah, if the shit is on fire when it's on his head, it's even better. You know,
it's a multiplier.
Yeah, I listen to the fans. You know, that's the thing about me. I listen to the fans and what they want. All right, let me read these super chats here. By the way, you can continue to super chat me, guys. Don't worry, I will read them. Joe Moreau, Brian Urso, greetings, gentlemen, says Damajanai. I hope you feel better. Oh, I read that one. Benjamin Plummer says, have $5. Admiral Tiberius, thanks for $5, says, hail the highest of councils. So EVS is Doctor Strange, Cecil is Wong, Jeremy is Iron Man, and Jeff is pre-Endgame Thor. I think that works pretty good. Why do I have to be Doctor Strange?
It's pronounced Wang, by the way.
Wang, yeah. Sebastian Alvarez says, hail to the High Council. Darth Yakes says, hey, Steele, I'm no gyno, but I know I'll see you next Tuesday when I see one. Sal Vader says, check out and sub to Black Angus Reviews. He recently interviewed the actress portraying Ahsoka in the upcoming fan film. Are you excited about that?
I am. I actually am the one that I did a reaction to that teaser trailer. Am I still? Make sure I'm okay. I thought I was muted. But yeah, I did a reaction. It's Ray Kinnick is the she's the cosplayer slash actress that's portraying Ahsoka, and so I did a reaction to that project. I talked to her on Instagram. She's really cool. I'll probably have her on the channel at some point. But she's really cool.
You have a crush on Ahsoka, don't you?
Rebels Ahsoka. I always have to clarify
not
that.
The little kid Ahsoka.
Right.
No.
No, really, I don't really do that. I was being sarcastic. I don't really do the whole cartoon character stuff. I like real life people, real life women. But yeah, I mean, she's cool. She's an awesome character. I don't really I don't do that business.
I do.
That's just not me, so. I don't. I really don't. Look, I will give you my search history on Pornhub right now if you want it.
Oh
I
my!
don't. So, I just want to assume that you like orange ladies with tendrils on their head.
But Ahsoka's awesome. She's an awesome character, and yeah, I mean, if I was, I could be the first motherfucker to, like find an alien life form and then fuck it. Yeah, that's from Clerks 2 right there. I was trying to remember exactly what Jay said. I can't remember what he say. He's like,
homeboy fucked an alien.
Yeah, there he goes. Homeboy fucked the Martian ones.
A lot of people are saying Ahsoka is not sexy. Just saying. I like Jane Jetson. I would have to make love to Jane Jetson. And by the way,
wait a minute. Wait about when he gives her the money and then she just takes the whole wallet.
That's what I like about her. I like that.
I'm a Gamora
She's gonna
guy.
get it.
So
Yeah, right.
Zoe Saldana.
Yeah.
Boom for the win right there.
Okay, I was just kidding. I'm not going to F Jane Jetson. I just wanted to get you to reveal your perversion. And ew, gross.
Draw yourself like pictures of Jane Jetson, since the Hanna-Barbera style is pretty easy. Have you ever done that?
No, I've never done that. Some people are saying Betty Rubble. It's the same thing. I mean, a Flintstone or a Jetson character,
No, it's not the same thing, because if you're going the Stone Age, that's pre-toilet paper. The future is probably, beyond toilet paper. Her ass is way cleaner, James.
We were talking about this the other day. Cecil, I wish you hadn't brought this up.
I'm glad.
Cecil, do you know what I'm about to talk about?
No. When you say we, who do you mean?
All right.
Just for clarification, Princess Jasmine. If people really want to know, like an animated character, Princess Jasmine. There you go.
Isn't she like a teen?
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
Here's what I want to say, Jeremy.
The Disney World live action version was hot. That's all I'll say.
What I'm saying is Wilma and Betty have never ever seen toilet paper, and they never.
All right, that's enough. That's disgusting.
They got the 3 shells from Demolition Man.
All right.
What were you going to say, Ethan? You were saying we were talking about this the other day.
No, now I don't want to say it because it's gross, and I came to my senses.
You can't honey dick the fans, dude. You got to say it.
Oh,
Google's telling me that she's 19.
Oh, well.
The chat's okay. I was talking about 14, I was talking about the live action version at Disney World.
God.
A whole new world.
Our Jeremy. All right, look. Here's what I wanted to say, Jeremy.
Jeremy has
no, I don't want to tell this to Jeremy. Jeremy has class. I want to tell Cecil.
Not at the moment.
And also Jeff, because Jeff will understand this. Jeff.
Thanks.
No, you'll understand this. Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Me and Jeff are like recess. No class.
Yes. Don't make. I'm gonna lose it. I'm on a razor's edge with my voice. I'll start coughing if I laugh. That's why I have to be I'm being very serious right now. As I do this. This is as dry as I get.
Me and Jeff are like Easter break.
Yes. No class. All right. Look. When you see a girl.
Oh boy.
And she has 3-inch fingernails.
I think immediately, how does she wipe?
That is correct. You know that she's dirty back there. And
I know about this how?
No, because if you had to wipe with a fucking steak knife, you would be pretty loose.
That's true.
You wouldn't be that concerned.
All right. So that is that's all I wanted to say. That's all I wanted to say.
I've literally never thought about this.
Yeah, me neither.
I've literally never thought about this.
Here's what I'm saying to you: don't let them handle your food. And just all right. That's all I wanted to say. I don't want to talk about it too much, but I put the idea in your heads. You guys can fill in the blanks.
FP Sunny in the chat says fingernails are actually good scrapers.
Oh God.
How much more of this show do we have left?
No,
3 more hours.
No. I'm sorry. And by the way, Cecil brought it up, and I
Yeah, goddamn it, Cecil.
No, I don't
This
think
is really this is. I mean, this doesn't happen until Cecil shows up.
I feel no responsibility for this whatsoever.
all right. Okay.
Show's usually kind of classy, and then Cecil shows up.
Yeah, you're all wearing fucking tuxedos when I'm not here.
You don't know. I might be.
Grand Inquisitor says worst High Council ever. Listen,
Who would dare Inquisitor? That guy's.
You know. All right. Let me just continue with this. Salvator says, oh no. Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story. I love her name. Says, is Dickless Vader canon?
Jeff thinks so. So
I think so.
Jeff is very, very passionate about this issue.
I'm all about preserving Star Wars continuity.
He guy took a fucking bath in hot lava. He's got no dick. There's no way.
Yeah. A lot of people are outraged by this High Council. They're saying it in the chat right now. Absolutely furious at every moment of this. Yeah, well, I look. They're sending me big super chats, and what I'm giving them in return is I'm making them think about girls with long nails in their butts.
Can I get a super chat in my defense? One of
no
fuckers, please.
And this is not quality entertainment. I am not helping anyone tonight. I'm not supposed to be helping people. They're supposed to be listening to this while they're about to go to bed. They're not going to be able to sleep after this.
They're going to think about the girl with the long nails who handed them.
Who served them Kentucky Fried Chicken or Taco Bell. They're going to be thinking about...
I'm already running through my fucking memories. I'm like...
They're like, that girl rolled up my cheesy bean burrito at Taco Bell. And she had 6-inch nails with diamonds in them. And she handed it to me and wiped her nose on her fingers.
The takeaway quote was, long nails are good scrapers.
Oh, God. And now all of these people are thinking about where they were. Oh, and the things that they've eaten and the people that they've seen. And then they're thinking about poop. And why? Because I am not doing my job properly. I am not entertaining people in a classy way. I'm not giving people good intellectual fodder. I'm talking about poop and butts. And I blame Cecil a little. I'm going to take 100% blame for this. Somebody named Dr. Coffin Nail says, shut up in the chat. I will shut up. I will.
I know him. I can vouch for that guy.
All right, let me read some more super chats and try to get this show together. Let's try to get the. By the way, Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers says Cecil ruined everything, and he gives me $20. Thank you, Jeremy.
Jeremy, you did that? Is that true?
Jeremy gave me $20 to accuse.
You know what
Cecil
that was? That was an admission that I kicked the shit out of him on the Game of Thrones. That's all that was.
Funny.
That was. I came in and he slaughtered me.
People can send me large amounts of money to accuse other people. And I will read them. I will convey that accusation.
Screaming at you last week, which he was completely right to. If anything, you should send him.
I didn't listen. I didn't want to hear it. Like my wife was like, you should really listen to the High Council. They laid into you. I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear them calling me names. I don't want to hear it. She's like, and then Jeremy called me. She's like, Jeremy's gonna call you. You know. I'm like, oh man.
You told me she agrees with me too.
She does. She said you slept right through the High Council. No, when I slept through the High Council, she went, you did what? She said it like that.
You established the council. That you're like Tina Turner in Thunderdome. The law?
Yeah.
I wrote the law.
Yeah.
You wrote the fucking law and you didn't show up.
My wife said, you did what? I said, I just nobody, I started to go, nobody woke me up, but that would have been pointing the finger at her, and I caught myself, and I said, I was just tired. She said, you can't do that to those boys. You can't do that to them. I said, I know, ma'am. I called my wife, ma'am. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead just sent me $10 to say, Ruin Roundhead needs to be kept away from all popular franchises. First, he destroys Star Wars, and then he goes after Game of Thrones on Twitter. What do you all think?
I think he could do Looper Part 2. Maybe.
Oh, Looper 2. Looper 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
I'll just stick to what I always say. He doesn't need to be within 500 miles of any Star Wars production, and if in the event for an emergency he needs to travel through an area that goes into that jurisdiction, then he needs to get President Trump to give him permission. That's the only way. That's the only way.
All right, I got to read these super chats because Jeff can't take anymore.
Are you okay, Jeff?
No, he's not okay. He's seething right now. You have to understand, Jeff has stuff to do, and I'm sitting here talking about poop, and I'm talking about, my own.
I got into an elevator on, like, I don't know, what floor were we on? 60?
72nd, or wasn't it?
70 stories up. I got into an elevator with Jeff and the full fucking world-class bullshitters. We should have plummeted to our deaths, but somehow that cable held up.
It's New York, man. Technology.
Yeah. Jeff is really mad and really did not like that comment. By the way, Cecil, Jeff is sending me private messages making fun of you the entire show.
I have pictures of your face.
No, don't do that.
All right, so that's enough to make you insecure. It's like they're sending me secret messages making fun of you during the whole thing. Like,
the only photo I sent was when we were talking about the P.O. box. I'm so backlogged. I honestly have like 50 packages I have to open up.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I sent you guys. Or did I even send that? Yes.
You did. You sent it.
All right. Wendig was fine with Vader killing a gay man instead, says Mr. J. 060 for £2. That's a good question. I would like to ask Chuck Wendig how he feels about Darth Vader killing gay men.
I think that's what he wrote. I think he's a sick fuck.
Ooh, that ouch. That blew up the mic. Diversity in Comics Bar says Cuck Wendig needs to splash almond milk on his face and shut up. Almond milk on his face. Dr. Coffindale says, at everyone, genuinely sorry about the Endgame spoiler. Well, Admiral Tiberius says Vader lost his arms, his legs, and his wang. All right, so that seems to be canon.
Everybody knows, man.
Swinging Cod says, wow, Space Hitler or Spitler, the asthmatic Ken doll killed a woman for no reason. Shocking. Cecil is love. Cecil is love. Jimmy Riddle says Dragonfire did nada, but did Dragon Steel kills him? But wait, no. Dragonfire did nada, but Dragon Steel kills him?
No. What was it called? The Valerian Steel killed him.
Yeah.
Get your shit straight. I'll fuck you up sideways.
Cecil, stop threatening the fans.
I threaten all.
By the way, hit that thumbs up if you're not afraid of Cecil and you'll beat Cecil's ass. Hit that thumbs up, that melee button.
I think you're gonna see the thumbs down. Fucking
thumbs down, just for it. A lot of people are afraid of Cecil. Hit that thumbs up if you'd like to apologize to Cecil for offending him. Skotsky02 says
Cecil's a little. He's out of control tonight. He really is. He's out of control.
No, he's just sober.
Oh. I'm out of control. Why? Because I twisted you in a knot.
Yeah,
you twisted yourself in a knot by complimenting that episode. That's on you.
It was a great
your view of winning an argument is similar to your view of a good show that was garbage.
There are 6 scenes in that movie. I went through 1 through 6, and you're like, "That was a good scene."
It wasn't a movie.
Oh, that was a good scene. I'll give you that. Okay, that was a good scene. I'll give you that. Okay, that you 6 for 6.
Cecil's right.
I twisted you up.
You didn't twist me up because you cherry pick things, and that's what you do when you are on the wrong side of a market. You cherry picked.
That was bad.
Jeremy's right, Cecil.
The overarching theme of everything was horrible in that show. Yes, there's good individual shots. There's good character moments.
Trying to give the audience right now,
but that doesn't matter. I can tell you, I can point out awesome scenes in Superman 4. Don't make it a good movie.
Can you? Could you show us?
Pretty much everything with Christopher Reeve in that movie is good, but it still
not.
is. No, Christopher Reeve is phenomenal in Superman 4.
I'm trying to explain to you episode 3 from season 8. We're not talking about Superman. Tell me the bad scene.
Cecil has a point, Jeremy. Now
It's not about the bad scene.
Tell me
about
the
a bad
scene.
Tell me the part that was bad. It's about everything that they set up for 8 years. They completely abandoned it for identity politics.
Jeremy has a point there, Cecil.
That is the point here.
He has a point there, but his fluffy hair.
No. That is the point. They moved away from storytelling for identity politics. That is the point. They subverted our expectations for their politics.
I don't think you had to bring your mom into it, Cecil.
Yeah.
I mean,
what identity politics are you talking
about?
It was because Harry is a girl. That's it.
No, she literally got 3 signature moments in the show, and no other character got anything. And Jon Snow was pushed down like a third-rate character.
Why was he pushed down?
Why? Why have you built everything around Jon Snow and the Night King to abandon him?
Jeremy, look beyond this episode. Jon Snow's day is coming. No,
Cecil. We're not talking about tomorrow. We're not talking about yesterday. We're talking about right now. Everything led up to this moment.
What was the bad scene? What was the worst scene in the episode? Give me
where the Night King is standing with this showdown with Jon Snow, and he just raises the dead and walks away like "fuck you, Jon Snow," and Jon Snow's standing there like a goddamn idiot. Yet Arya looks like Arya's Neo from the Matrix.
Question, Jeremy, if you could raise the dead and there's some fucker with a sword walking towards you and there's 3,000 dead people on the floor, but you have the power to raise the dead, would you fight the guy or would you just fucking wave your hand and raise those fuckers to take care
Jeremy
of
would probably fight the guy.
The point is they wanted to give the woman the moment, yet they used the man to build the storytelling all of these years to give the woman the moment. That is the point.
I really think some fists are going to get thrown, and I really hate to see that. Hate it. Hate to see a fist fight.
It's just like the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They've used the men to build this platform, and then when the key moment comes, they want to give the platform to the person that they feel has the right gender of the narrative they want to push. I love Arya. Okay. Arya's great, but they used her based on her gender.
Here's what I have to say to you, and I understand where you're coming from, but Jon Snow is a soldier, and
Jon Snow is not. So that's like saying Luke Skywalker's just a Jedi. No, he's the Jedi.
In a war against a force of nature, you need a fucking assassin. You need the hidden blade, the assassin's blade, to take this out.
Yeah,
it would not make sense in a sword fight. Jon Snow would fall. He would die. The dragon would eat him.
Looks like Cecil won because Jeremy has nothing to say.
He's basically just said Jon Snow, the king, is just a soldier.
Yeah,
because Cecil is falling to the identity politics nonsense going on.
Do you know about Lancelot?
What about Lancelot? We're talking about what happened in this episode, and you're trying to find Cecil. You've already Cecil. You've already lost because you're trying to talk about next week and the next episode to justify this one.
Talk about this episode. The right person killed the Night King because in open combat the Night King would win, but an assassin was needed to come in and sneak the blade into his heart, and that's who did it.
Looks like Cecil won.
I think
totally shut Jeremy up. Shut Jeremy down.
The point is, if from a storytelling standpoint, if you would have given me the fight that you have been hyping for all of this time with Jon and the Night King, given me some type of payoff for the storytelling that you have been creating, and then Arya comes in while Jon has him distracted and takes him down, I can justify that from a storytelling standpoint because you're paying off the thing that you have been developing, but they chose to make him out to be a third-rate nonsense character.
There was no denigrating of Jon.
Yes, there was.
No, Jon literally, at the point of the death of the Night King, Jon was literally fighting a fucking dragon face to face. There was no putting down of Jon.
Again, you're pushing him down.
Pushing him down.
He's Jon Snow. He shouldn't be fighting a goddamn dragon. He should be fighting the Night King.
The Night King, Cecil.
He was, he was
Let me read these super chats, you spinach chins. All right.
Anna is blowing up my inbox on Twitter. She's furious at me right now. So let me read what she's saying,
right,
and you guys go to super chats.
Oh, I see. 007 Cloud says cool visuals at the cost of logic and consistency is bad writing. I agree. Scott C02 says Dark Visions equals dealing with thoughts, Sith Lord edition. Absolutely true. 007 Cloud says Night King got little fingered. John Whalen says, EVS, are you closing the Frog campaign tonight? No, don't worry, John. I'm not. I'm leaving it open for like a month and a half. So you have plenty of time to back Cyberfrog Blood Honey, the biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time. These SJWs cry every single day over it. They pretend they forget what it's called. They're like, it's Battletoads, right? It's like a Mecha Frog or something. No, it's Cyberfrog, biggest crowdfunded comic book of all time. Chris Chambers says Arya failed out of assassin training school. She trained with a stick and mostly got beat up. Came out an Army Ranger ninja, Mary Sue. Brian Urso, thanks for $11. $11. Snoke died on the toilet like Elvis. I gotta agree. Speaking of Elvis, check out my prog rock band Gideon's Mob on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, Bandcamp, and CD Baby. Thanks and God bless. God bless you, Brian Urso, and God bless Gideon's Mob. The Grand Inquisitor says worst High Council ever. I blame everyone except for me. Grant says anyone watch the Charisma on Command with Amelia Clark? Brie Larson does the opposite. Who's a worse character, not actress, Rey or Captain Marvel? Captain Marvel, dude.
Yeah, I have to go with Captain Marvel is actually worse than Rey.
Rey doesn't mean to be like an idiot. I mean, Captain Marvel means to be a bitch. Rey is like trying. She's
right. Rey, it's not Rey's fault. She's super powerful. She just is.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel's a cunt.
Yeah. I think that's nicely stated. Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story. Says, F off Grand Inquisitor. This was awesome. A lot of people really like this. And they're mad at the Grand Inquisitor.
I'm mad at him. I'd like to fucking tie him to a table and then.
No, you don't need to do that. You don't want to.
No, I'm just saying it hypothetically with the hammer.
Well, don't do that. Not with
no. But no, a mallet.
That's even worse.
Oh, never mind.
Dude, don't hurt any of our fans, Cecil.
He's an inquisitor. That guy tortures people.
That's true. Jack Random says, for a force of nature, he didn't accomplish much. The bar.
Yeah, no. For a force of nature, he accomplished everything. It was stolen from him at the last possible second. He won. He won. His dragons won. Everything won. He fucking raised the dead. He defeated his armies. He won. It was stolen from him.
Cecilia Teller says, you all dummies. Like, I can't disagree at this point. Barroom Photographer says, don't rip on Thor. I finally have a Thor body. I have a Thor body too, guys. I've been sick all day. Tim Collins, that was a terrible dad joke, Cecil.
It was. And the right cast member would be what's the fat dude from something with a V, Volstagg or something like that?
Yeah.
Who is he? You're a comic book writer.
Volstagg was the fat guy.
Yeah, and that was played by Punisher.
Ray Stevenson.
Yeah,
real quick. Anna is all capping me, messaging me, screaming at me, telling me that Cecil is right and I'm wrong. I just want to let everybody know that, just so she's reading that. So I said, I said,
beautiful.
Yeah, I said, so I just said you can have Cecil. I'll take Mahler, Doomcock, and Gary, and so,
get all you can. Get all the.
It was a bad. No, I don't mean like just for the debate. Just the fact is I've got Mahler, Doomcock, and Gary on my side of this argument. That's a lot better than having Cecil.
And believe me, you'll need them. Get them all. We'll get on a stream together.
People are telling me to go F myself because of my joke. I don't think you need to go that far.
Go get your crew, Joe.
All right. By the way, Anna is right about everything.
Of course she is. She's beautiful and smart.
Yeah.
And this is really what it comes down to. Cecil can't see past the beauty of a woman to see objectivity in the flawedness of the garbage that was Game of Thrones, because he's so enamored by Arya being she's so amazing and cute and badass, and I love her, and that's fine. It was still the shit episode.
I never said Arya. I never once said Arya was cute. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, but you're saying Anna's right because she's beautiful. Yeah, okay,
no,
that's fine.
I said
the whole thing is like, hey, they put swords on fire. It was a great episode. They put swords on fire, Jeremy.
I'm so sorry. I don't agree with any of that.
What happens when someone loses a fight and the other person already left the ring and they're freaking out?
You are so right, Cecil.
They had fire, Jeremy. They had fire. It was a great episode.
You're like, I don't like it because I don't like it. That was your fucking argument.
No, I don't like it because it abandoned everything that they have developed for the past 8 years. It's the same argument as The Last Jedi. You can like The Last Jedi, and not saying but you can like The Last Jedi, but it's not a good movie, and it doesn't honor the source material.
I did not like The Last Jedi. It's not The Last Jedi.
It is absolutely The Last Jedi.
It's not.
It absolutely is. It subverted expectations. It abandoned everything that was built up. It ignored everything that came before it to subvert expectations, to push political nonsense. It is The Last Jedi. It absolutely is. And we're going to deal with the same situation with The Last Jedi, where so many people like myself would not understand that it was a horrible movie because they had their fanboy goggles on, just like I did with The Last Jedi. Eventually, people that are defending this shit known as Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 3 are going to understand that this was a shit episode.
The tide has turned, and now the chat is entirely on Cecil's side.
No, the more he talks, the better it is for me, because
and Gary is now blowing up my inbox with all caps.
If Jamie Lannister was here, he would slaughter. He would stab Jeremy for being the Mad King.
By the way, Jeff is like stunned by all of this, and he's
I just don't like Game of Thrones, so I'm.
I don't like it either. I can't wait till it's over.
Well, you only got 3 more weeks, and then it's done.
3 weeks, you guys.
Yeah.
Gary just all capped me. Gary just all capped me. So you are right. The audience lost bad storytelling.
You know what this is, Jeff? Between you and me, there's a yuppie version of Game of Thrones. It's called This Is Us. And if you have yuppie friends like I do, they're like, "You don't watch This Is Us? You're missing out." I don't watch This Is Us.
Wait a minute.
I don't watch Game of Thrones.
Actual friends who say you should watch This Is Us?
Yes, I have normie friends.
How many super chats do you have left, EVS?
I don't know anymore. I was
just saying, because either like I'm game for either bringing Gary and Anna on, or I'll do that on Geeks and Gamers. Or we can do it on Anna's channel, or we can do it on Gary's channel after this.
Jeremy, bring your whole damn crew.
Well, hey, you got Anna on your side. I mean, you all know I think she's awesome. That's a very, very powerful ally to have. But unfortunately, you have one big problem. You're defending trash.
Because when I said she was as smart as she is beautiful, you go, oh, she's beautiful. Well, you missed the smart part.
You didn't talk about me being beautiful.
You're only above average, dude. Chill out.
Nice.
All right, look.
I wasn't talking about your
EVS has lost complete control.
I don't even know anymore. I'm just watching the chat, and the chat is upset. Some people are crying. I just want everything to be like.
You know why this is a great episode of Game of Thrones? Because look at the fucking fighting that caused it. It's a great.
I don't think so.
It was garbage. No one would care. Everybody would be like, "Yeah, it's garbage."
Can't we just go back to the way things used to be?
We're talking about The Last Jedi for a year and a half later, Cecil. That is a terrible argument you just made.
Yeah.
Well, I was due.
All right. Jersey Devil. Oh, I got that one. Jack Random. No. Midnight in Exile says, don't forget to check out Jacob Morris's Necromancer, Tombstone Blues, drawn by Abias Canales on Indiegogo. Jack Random says, like I said on Nerdrotic, Game of Thrones is like having the Karate Kid go through his movie bullying tournament, only to fight a different kid at the last minute. It's true. Killer Critic says, when your sequel bads are so bad, you need Palpatine. The Last Jedi Screwjob says, one Dragon Ball Z YouTuber has 1.92 million subs, gets 144,000 views. Tim Riggs says Brie Larson is the yeast infection growing in the unwashed Slit of woke Avengers. Good Lord. Cars in depth says, great article at reason.com on how R. Crumb has become politically incorrect. Same SJWs that hate Comicsgate hate him for his satire. He likes the big booty. R. Crumb liked the big booty. I don't think
he
did
did
anything wrong.
I found that article. I was actually going to use that on my Jordan Peele video.
It's the big booty. What?
Have you ever used and he ended up marrying one of them?
Yeah.
Eileen something. I used to follow him for a while, but I don't know.
Franzetta did the same thing. He ended up marrying a model.
Yeah, well, Frazetta was a much better artist.
That's true. Cool Man not 229 says Catherine Winnick would have been a better Carol. I don't know who Catherine Winnick is, but that's listen, anybody would have been a better Carol Danvers. Darth Merlin, thanks for $10. I'm so pissed about Game of Thrones. It's as if C-3PO killed Darth Vader and the Emperor in The Empire Strikes Back, and they only have to face off against Jabba the Hutt and Jedi.
Yes.
Fuck you all.
Damn funny. That is damn funny.
No, it's not
great,
funny.
Darth Merlin.
The girl has been training to fucking kill since she's 9 years old.
Whatever.
Whatever you.
Admiral Tiberius says Larson is the part of the itchy pink blanket of feminism, slowly crawling up to cover up everything we love and destroy. It's so true. Lord Vulcan says Thanos spoke for us all with that punch. Thank you, Thanos. The Phantom Menace says, guys, please call him John Soyega. Also, check the channel for stream highlights. Can't wait for the Cecil highlights. Oh, I got a $20 super chat from Curious Truth. $20 super chats get read first. Why did the daycare-aged Mormon girl kill the giant instead of Tormund, Giant's Bane, who talked about killing the giant the night before? Plus,
identity politics.
Why did the giant white...
First of all, she died while killing him.
God damn it. Plus, why did the giant white disintegrate, but the rest of the whites didn't? Shit show. Says
no, because she got hit with, when you get hit with the dragon's glass, you disintegrate.
And let me say this about Arya, because this is a problem with identity politics, is that Arya is a fantastic character, but this is where the identity politics make them not treat the character with respect and give her a payoff that she didn't earn and was not intended for her because of their identity politics. She definitely is not a Mary Sue.
Let me ask you a question, Jeremy. If not an assassin's blade, if not the hidden blade, the unexpected blade, who could beat him in open battle? A guy who could fucking pull a blizzard and raise the dead. Jon Snow is not that powerful. It had to be an assassin's blade. It had to be a sneak.
It's not about, I've already told you, it's not about Jon killing him or not killing him. It's about giving us the payoff to the storytelling. I've already said
you wanted.
I've already said if Jon fought him and they had an epic battle and it went, down, and suddenly she has to come in and kill him while Jon has him, distracted or something like that. That's fine from a storytelling standpoint. I can appreciate that because you've paid off what you have built up, but they didn't do that. So you didn't listen to what I said.
Listen, Jon was literally fighting a fucking dragon face to face. I don't know what you want.
What do you want?
That he was.
What do you want, Jeremy?
I just told you what I wanted, and you.
Do you remember Mundane Matt? What the fuck do you guys want?
Yeah,
Mundane Matt, when he got mad at us, he did that video about Star Wars fans. He's like, "They're giving Lando."
Yeah.
Am I Mundane Matt in this story?
What do you want?
Right, and again, he fought a dragon. Whoop-tee, dude. That is we have not been built up for him to fight a goddamn dragon. That has not been what Jon united humanity for, to fight and rise up
Jon is the rightful heir, not Daenerys. He is, and his battle is coming. What we thought was his battle was not his battle. It was Arya's.
When did Jason Momoa leave this show?
early.
He got killed. And
we got another $20 super chat from Vivid Dreamer.
Jason Momoa banged.
Stop. When somebody donates $20, they interrupt everyone. Okay, they get preference. If y'all think Arya is a Mary Sue, then I need some of what you're smoking. You claim to be clean, Jeremy. Shame. Here's another $20.
I'm ringing the bell. I am ringing the shame bell on you.
Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story, says Cecil changed my mind about Game of Thrones. Arya was the right person to kill the Night King. Maybe she took the face of a White Walker to sneak up on him. Cecil is love. Long live Cecil. Jeremy, not so much. Thank you, Laura. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Laura. That was beautifully said.
It was. It was nice. All right, let me read some more of these here. Nerdman says, I figured it out. Rey is Anakin's mom. She travels back in time for some contrived reason. The circle is complete. Star Wars is dead. That's a good theory. Ado Wolf says, I see Cecil's Jello shots finished up in the fridge. I don't think Cecil's drunk. I think he's sober as hell. This isn't drunken Cecil.
No way.
Gark777 says, can we start a Caps dick ship? Ew. Mike Brady says, Whedon and Gunn were sent by Disney to ruin DCEU. Planet Musk Vlog says, bought all Vader 3s from my local shop just now. First comic buy since the 90s besides Cyberfrog and Finding Solo. Can we declare Vader 3 Comicsgate? Yes, I think we can. It's funny. Wade S says, y'all are idiots. Me too. Keep up the good work. Coolman229 says, Mark Hamill complains about the new Star Wars for legal reasons. That's a joke.
By the way, can I just say something because I look like a total asshole? There's a guy in the chat called From the Heart, and he was cursing me out.
Yeah.
And I went to let his tweet come through or his message come through. And instead, I deleted it. So he's probably like, he's a fucking asshole. But honestly, I wanted to let what you said come through. And I'll read it right now. John didn't fight a dragon. He ran from it like a bitch. Stop fucking lying, Cecil. That's what he said. I accidentally.
A lot of people lying. A lot of people accusing Cecil of lying. And they're correct. Cecil is lying. And you're right to call him out on it.
Cecil is truth.
Cecil, just deal with the truth of Game of Thrones for once. There are people watching, and they will call you on your lies.
How do I argue with Jeremy? His argument is overarching theme.
There it is.
That's it. I mean, again, what is the point of a show to pay off the end of something they've been building for 8 years? An overarching theme was garbage. It was terrible. And the execution was not good. The lighting was terrible. You couldn't see anything.
She was prophesized to be the killer of the Night King for years. For years.
I'm sorry. People are calling Cecil a liar and they're saying he kills babies. People are very upset at Cecil. Jeremy is correct. Go Jeremy. A lot of people are on Jeremy's side. Every time Cecil talks, people are on Jeremy's side. And they're saying Jeremy's position is yelling. So there's some people who disagree with Jeremy. Jeremy,
my position is, do what I got to do. But overall, look, I don't. And if we don't rein this back in, though, the show's never going to end. I would love to do a live stream. Maybe Jesse's going to live stream a little bit later, so maybe we can just go join her on her channel if we want. But we can talk about that, me and Cecil and Gary. But anyway, so it's all in good fun. I know. I just want to tell everybody it's all in good fun. I love Cecil to death. No. It all is in good fun. EVS doesn't know anything about anything that's going on tonight, so that's
Cecil's
fine.
Had to tell so many people that he's fallen down flights of stairs and walked into doors. When the chat's over and we're in our little private green room together talking about things, these two are calling each other mother effers, and it's
prospect because her knowledge is off the chart with everything. So I'm pretty sure that will be a mess for me to get involved in. So
legendary creator Doug Naples here. He says I'm on Cecil's side, but only because he's always wrong. So Doug is kind of helping you out of pity. All right. So let's see. TLJ's Russian bot says Cecil and Jeremy need to do a podcast for the last 3 episodes of Game of Thrones. Valor Morghulis, gentlemen.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
Okay. Gark777 says, how about Dick Shitter's ship? Please stop.
Yeah,
is that me and Jeff?
Let's never use that name again.
No, I look, I just want decency on the High Council, and
it ain't happening anytime soon.
That's all you asked for, Ethan.
Yeah, Sketch Therapy says more original council equals Jeremy, Jeff, Caesar, and Cecil. Yeah, people like this quadruple thing here. People like it when Cecil's on. Gimp Rider says these movies weren't made for a 67-year-old white man. Jeez, he's 6 months older than I am. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing. These kids are just shut up. We own Star Wars, you idiots. You understand? I saw Star Wars in the movie theater in 1977. You weren't even a zygote. Shut the fuck up. I own Star Wars. Star Wars is mine. And I want to see Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia, Chewbacca, R2-D2, C-3PO, and Lando Calrissian fly the Millennium Falcon, because you know what? They're great characters. That's why Star Wars exists. You idiots, you don't know what good characters are. Rey is a terrible character. Finn and Poe are idiots. All right. So shut the fuck up. When Mark Hamill says this is a wasted opportunity, you're goddamn right. And if it wasn't, Disney wouldn't have featured them all over all the posters and made $2 billion teasing the return and reuniting these characters. That's why those movies made the money. You know what those movies would have made without Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher?
$20.
You're looking at Solo. That's what you're looking at. So go F yourselves. Thank you. Mr. Millennium says, I had $2 in my account, so I thought, what the hell? And he gave me $2. Thank you, Mr. Millennium. That's really sad, but I appreciate it. John David said, real Star Wars fans would never talk to Luke like that. Correct.
That's true.
TLJ Screwjob, $10. OE, last week I told Jay and Jer how I went on my first date and asked for advice for date 2. Do you have any seeing you're also in Jersey? First date was at the V Arcade in the Freehold Mall, Cecil 2, I guess. Yeah, I would say go to the drive-in movie theater in Vineland, New Jersey. I think that's a great date. It's nice in 1950s. I dig it. I love drive-in movies. TK says, grateful for the High Council. Long live the fandom menace. Thank you. Mike Brady says, spoilers. No one got Wong a sandwich. 5 years. Achur77 says, saw Endgame today. So many problems done with the MCU. TLJ Screwjob says, excuse me, Jeremy. That's not how you spell Ariel. Young Bounty says, at least Jeremy didn't say Snow White. She's 14. Achura77, I do Rebels Ahsoka. Does that make me weird? Oh my God. Gimp Rider says, Roman Legionnaires use sticks with balls of sheep wool at the end. Well-read user 1 says, Ethan brings the noise, Cecil brings the class.
Word.
David Sutherland says, Cecil has long nails. Geek Truth 64 says, tuned in for Cecil on the High Council. It's nice and old school. But then, of course, Jeremy gives us $20 just to say Cecil ruined everything. Stone Cold Jeremy says, here's some monies for for a quality High Council. Achur77 says, I prefer to think hot girls don't ever poop ever. They don't, and they shouldn't. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead says, Ruin Roundhead needs to be kept away from all popular franchises. Dark Admiral March Harris says, does that make Jeremy Ike Turner? Mr. Chuck Nasty says, bring in Gary to talk about Game of Thrones. Evil Black Hat says, think of the Guinness records for longest nails. Daniel C says, hashtag I stand with Cecil. Admiral Tiberius says, Jeff likes women who are under 5'2".
That'd be kind of yeah, I mean,
pocket sized.
Yeah, I guess. That'd be hard to deal with, though.
Anna's really small.
Did you ever see the guy, the mountain from Game of Thrones? His wife is like 5 feet tall, and he's like 7 feet tall.
Oh wow. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I've ever dated a really short girl. And Andrea is pretty tall. She's like 5'8" or 9. I mean, she's like right up there with me. I'm 6 foot, so 5'2".
That'd be
I don't
weird.
know.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's too. I've met Jeff in real life, and 5'2" is too small.
Yeah, Jeff is a big guy. Jay Terry, thanks for $1. Miss Meadow Kitty, thanks for €10. Deep Lore, the new Sonic movie is made by a Nintendo fan who has spent ages planning his revenge on Sega for what they did to Mario's live movie. It's a war of attrition. Also, Cecil loses. Fatality. That's all for Jeremy there. Jeremy wins. Daniel C says all of Game of Thrones is subverting your expectations. That's why Ryan Johnson's making jokes about it, and he can go F himself. Loki07 says, stop arguing about that dumb show. I would rather watch an ISIS beheading. That got me. Got my funny bone. Spoiler, Captain America dies in a car accident. Cecil is love. Hikaru. Jeremy, do you see communists everywhere? Hazen says Jeremy's logic is basically, how dare Ned Stark not survive season 1 and kill them?
Right. Yes, that is perfect encapsulation of Jeremy. How dare Ned Stark be dead? I want it to be the other way.
Yeah.
Is that Sean Bean?
Yeah, that's absolutely has nothing to do with what I said, because from a storytelling standpoint, everything that happened with Ned Stark worked up until
Wait a minute.
last week.
Wait, that has nothing to do with what you said. At least that's a fucking character from the series. You were throwing Snoke in my face. He has nothing. That has nothing to do with anything. Sean Bean does. How dare you, sir?
There's a lot of how daring. There's a lot of audacity tonight on the High Council.
Tons of audacity. Too much, in my opinion.
Yeah. Arya was built up well, says the Buzz General. She's no Rey, who sucks.
6 seasons of training. 6 seasons she's been training to kill.
Yeah, but it's been annoying. Let's be honest.
You watched 4 seasons.
It was annoying. 4 seasons of her training were annoying. She's a little kid.
4 seasons had Frankie Valli.
Yeah, 4 seasons, and Frankie Valli in the 4 seasons. I'm gonna go see them again in August.
No, you won't. He's not going to make it.
Yes, he is. I got tickets. He better.
Did you shake his hand the last time?
No, I gave him a fist bump. I was really drunk, and I
gave him a fist bump.
Yeah,
you think he's going to make it to August after dealing with you? No way.
See, so I was really drunk at that show. I was in the front row. I was live streaming, while he was singing "You're Just Too Good to Be True." Can't take my eyes off of you. And my wife was right behind me. She had a drink too. I was really drunk, and he goes, "Got a lot of love between us," and I said, "Got a 17-inch penis," and right in his face, right when he was fist bumping me, and Andrea hit me. Okay, so that's what I remember, and I should not have said that to Mr. Frankie Valli, and I apologize. I apologize to Frankie Valli. All right, the Walking Dude says, "Please shut up, Jeremy."
I haven't even been talking.
I know. That's why I read it. That was funny.
That was preemptive. By the way.
Yeah. All right. So Grand Inquisitor says, "I only torture Jedi. They're not people." Nerdrotic, thanks for $10. Cecil is mesmerized by Arya's side boob. Side boob. 007 Cloud says, "Jon Snow got cucked." Is that true?
No.
Kinda, yeah.
By who?
By the writers of the show.
Oh, because he didn't he'll murder the mountain or something like that. Fucking get over it.
Yeah. So your answer is he didn't get cucked because of something that's going to happen after the fact. We're talking about what happened.
No, he didn't get cucked because Jon Snow is a soldier, and a soldier was not needed to take out the Night King. An assassin was.
Yeah, he was only needed to build the story and develop the story. Right, they used the man. They used the man to develop the story, to hype the audience, to make them tune in, to make them watch the man do it, and then they They subverted expectations.
They did that. They did what Ryan Johnson does.
A screwdriver to a nut all you want, but it's not going to turn.
You can agree with Ryan Johnson all you want, Cecil. It's not going to endear you to this audience.
I think you've taken it too far.
Maybe. Waylon Vosifas says Wolf is on your side to Jeremy. Jimmy Riddle says Team Jeremy. No, Cecil, you move. The wannabe comic artist says, Jeff, what did you think of Sam getting the shield? More spoilers?
Yeah, I was okay with it. I guess he took into account of what Bucky's done or his past, but I really just wish Bucky and Sam would have gone off without the shield and let that be Cap's thing. But I don't think we're ever going to see a Captain America Sam Wilson movie. Watch the one at Comic-Con.
Sam Wilson was Captain America in the comics.
Yeah, but so is Bucky.
It doesn't. You know what? The only problem with the Falcon Captain America is the shield is not conducive to his
power set.
His power set, and it totally fits Bucky's. So I get that. It's kind of weird to have a shield and wings.
I like a lot of people who stand with other people. I really appreciate that about YouTube and Twitter. A lot of people stand with other people.
You see a lot of people standing with Cecil. I see that.
I stand with Cecil, or I stand with Jeremy. Nobody wants to sit down. They're all standing. Appreciate that. It's nice of them. Let's see. Fluffy Hug says, SJW got that is all. Sam U. Ray says, Jon Snow screamed at a dead dragon with his sword down. Crimson Glory 287 said, this is us. Imagine if the For Better or Worse cartoon was live action and shit. See, that's what I expect. That's what I think it is. And they're like, you don't watch that? Mr. V says, can mommy and daddy please stop fighting? Monster01 says, Game of Thrones sucks and Endgame ripped off Back to the Future 2, but at least I love the High Council. Hail.
They didn't rip off Back to the Future 2. They referenced it openly.
Yeah.
Thematically, they do copy the scene in 2012 that is directly borrowed from Back to the Future 2.
Yes, but when Nebula kills her past self, she still stays alive because that kill is part of her future, which is not the way Back to the Future works.
Believe me, I get that. I'm just saying, like, I do agree that they borrowed the style.
Walking Dude says,
You know
worst
what?
show
You've
ever.
gotten-
Shut up,
you've-
Jeremy. A lot of people telling
You have to
Jeremy to
pass
shut
my ire.
and he's not talking.
I'm
Why
gonna
would you, he's not saying anything. Jeremy's being very polite and you're telling him to shut up. Jeremy couldn't be more polite.
That's how it should be, though. Actually,
Jeremy, why are they so
Jeremy
rude?
to shut up? I was yelling at Jeff at that moment, I believe.
I know, no, it's the fans right now.
Oh.
Hikaru says, "Shut up, Jeremy."
it's a preemptive strike, and I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
In their defense, he was about to say something stupid.
Stop being mean to Jeremy, please.
Go get your boys. Go get your boy Doomcock. Get Gary, and we'll meet up at the schoolyard where I could take your part.
All right. Let me finish this so you guys can go do that stream. I'll let you go. The white 007 Cloud says the writers didn't lose the plot. They threw it away because Arya is a fan favorite. They admit it at the behind the scenes section. Swinging Kyle says crap show, absolute crap show. Please shut up, please. No one cares about Game of Thrones. If you read the first book and you had a brain, you knew the whole story. Stop. I like that guy. David Herbie says, what if George Lucas helped with episode 3 of Game of Thrones? Interesting. Mike Angerhauser says, Game of Thrones isn't The Last Jedi. Cecil is right. 3 days left, Black Forest. He's got a book called Black Forest on Indiegogo. Well, Red User 1 says, Geeks and Gamers, not every heroic female is an SJW. Triggered.
That's it. Yeah.
Did I not say Arya was not a Mary Sue and that she's a really well-developed character?
No, you said 100% it was identity politics.
The decision to elevate her to something that they have not been building her for is identity politics. It doesn't mean she's an SJW character. It means they put SJW nonsense behind her.
They were billing. You weren't paying attention to the clues. She handed the blade to Bran, and he said, "You'll need this."
Yeah.
Okay, I want you to tell me what men are left in this show that haven't either been killed. What did you say, Ethan, earlier? All the men are either dead, they're dumb, or they're banging their sister.
Yeah.
That's what this show is consist of. Tyrion's probably banged everything, including brothers and sisters.
Yeah, but he's a midget. So it's like he's a little person and he's a victim. So he's oppressed.
Tyrion and Sansa are going to end up on the throne last episode.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Listen, I'm not dealing with it. They can deal with it. I'm not going to watch it. DJ Kong says, I got to agree with Jeremy. Cersei represents the psychological threat that needs to be outwitted. The Night King represented the physical threat that needed an epic fight, not him just standing there.
There was no epic fight. It was an elemental force of nature. There was only a sneak attack. That's all I could take that out. There is no fight that he couldn't win.
Yeah, Star Wars Girl says, Jeremy, you just dug your own grave with that statement. A lot of people telling Jeremy, like, I don't know. Stone Cold Jeremy says, Jeremy, if that happened, you'd be mad that a whammon would come and save Jon Snow. And Sam U. Rice.
That's absolutely the guy that's my favorite character as Ahsoka would be mad. No, the reason I like Ahsoka is because she's a well-written character that's never had to have her elevated in a story that had made no sense because she was a woman. This is what happened with Arya. I'm upset because I like Arya as a character and she was treated disrespectfully, and this is why everybody's calling her a Mary Sue, even though she's not. But it's because of the lack of respect for her as a female character, because they chose their identity politics over good character development and good storytelling. This is the misconception. So me as a person that respects well-written female characters, when I see them mistreated simply because of their gender, I don't like that.
Who was the person to take out the Night King? A guy who can raise the dead, a guy who could command a blizzard. He's a force of nature. You are not going to beat him in open combat. The only way to kill him is a sneak attack. And the only sneak attack expert was Arya.
And that's fine. But why was Jon treated like a third-rate character to elevate Arya? Jon should have been the guy that was
driving a dragon and fighting, and he fought off the dead, and he fucking was attacking the Night King. He put dead army in front of him. Jon fucking fought the entire episode. He fought his ass off. But the guy, a soldier was not needed. A king was not needed. And an assassin was needed.
All they needed was me.
People are saying, "Shut the fuck up, Cecil."
They're saying that about Jeremy too, though, and Jeremy's not even talking.
Thank God.
So they're telling both of you to be quiet. Anna is freaking out. She's saying he wasn't he
wasn't disrespected at all, and he was
a lot of passion here.
Yeah, no, Jon Snow is given much respect. He was literally facing down a fucking dragon one-on-one.
Yeah, he stood on the mountain and watched everybody die.
All right, let me read the more rest of these. Brown Bats Toy Box, thanks for $5. Donut Swan, $2. You're free to leave, Jeremy. No one's keeping you. Timothy Swan, why are they so rude to Jeremy tonight?
I don't know, but I love the sash you put on that one because it sold it even better.
I try to read them as they're written. The writers are covering up folk, says Timothy Swan. They tied Mel's comment about Arya in a season that aired in 2013 to what happened. However, inside the episode, claimed the outcome was 3 years in the works. 007 Cloud, Arya basically got a power of friendship pep talk and killed the bad guy when she was ineffective just before then.
Wrong.
Green Adrenaline says, "Hey there, today's the 37th anniversary of Flock of Seagulls' debut album."
And I ran so far away.
That's their one song.
Yeah, 37 years old. Donut Swan says, "Just got here, like stirring the pot, though." Gimp Rider says, "I saw Star Wars in '77 also. I was 25. Never seen a theater so full." Still
he was 25 years old in '77.
We have a lot of fans of all ages here, and we appreciate them. Still have my "May the Force be with you" button that they were handing out. Wow, went through the same routine for the next two. God bless you, Gimp Rider.
He's almost 70 years old, that fella.
Yeah, good for him, man. We love him here. Evil Black Cat says 7 foot on 5 foot, like a hamster trying to eat a banana. Okay. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Backgoat says Jeremy has the Z car. Win. So Jeremy wins because of his car.
Damn right.
I got a new car this week. I'm not gonna
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you get?
I got 2019 BMW.
Cecil, yeah. All right. You know what my dream car is? And it's not even cool. My dream car is a fully loaded Ford Expedition. That's what I want, and I'm going to get one if Rainbow Brute does good.
You need a Lincoln Navigator. That's a mobster Jersey car.
Yeah, maybe. Hazen says Jeremy is missing something crucial in his logic.
All right, everybody in the chat who's yelling, my father is paying the bills, by the way, on that.
Yeah, the Buzz General says John got cucked last season when he bowed to Dany. And Hazen says Jeremy is missing something crucial in his logic. If Jon Snow killed the Night King, then he would be the Gary Sue because he would have done everything, including building the story to the point.
Well, I mean, you just spent $10. You just spent $10 to prove that you haven't listened to anything I said, because I never said he needed to kill him as much as he needed to have the moment of the showdown to have the payoff due to the storytelling based on what we've been getting in the last few years. And then if Arya comes in and does her sneak attack and kills him, from a storytelling standpoint, Jon was involved. We got the payoff of the battle that's been presented to us, and everybody's happy. But that didn't happen because the woman has to get the kill without the help of the evil white male.
No, what happened was a girl killed the fucking king and you couldn't handle it because women can't do that.
A Lincoln Navigator, Cecil?
Yes, black.
Yeah, all right, I'll look at one. Thank you for that.
20-inch rims.
Wow. I mean, the argument for everybody that has a problem with this show, this episode, is bad writing, bad storytelling. It's the execution. You can't even claim the execution was bad because there's nothing to execute. The story, the writing was so bad. So like I look at the prequels and go, okay, I don't like the prequels.
I literally ran through this. There were 6 scenes in this show.
I stand. Right.
I ran through.
Who is lying down right now?
And each 6 of them, you said that was a good scene. That was a good scene. That was a good scene. You never said there was a bad scene. You just didn't like the overall theme.
You just verified what I said. I said it's not about the execution of the story. It's about the fact that there was no good story to execute. That's what I just said. So if you want to point out scenes in pretty colors, then we can talk about that. Those were good in isolation.
I'm going to brass tacks. I'm showing you scene by scene by scene This was a perfectly executed
Right.
story.
Again, Cecil, I just said it's not about the execution. It's about the fact that there was nothing to execute that was
He
good.
executed the Night King, and it was an assassin named Arya who did it.
A lot of people want to kill themselves right now. A lot of people in the chat.
Don't do it, folks.
Don't do it. We'll miss you. We love you. This conversation will be over eventually.
Yeah, when you get to the other side, it's 24/7. Me and Jeremy arguing about this.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
horrible.
do it. It goes for eternity.
Oh God.
Let's see. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead says you may have missed this, but Doctor Strange opened up a portal for Arya to jump through so she could sneak up on the Night King. I did miss that.
Or maybe for 6 years she trained with the Faceless Men assassins and was able to sneak through a crowd of fucking zombies.
I love people like, the entire chat right now is people alternately saying Jeremy or Cecil, shut the hell up, in all caps. There are people at this point you have enraged their fear, their like passions so
Half
much.
of those people are idiots, by the way.
All right, let me see here. Let's see. Sam Rai says Endgame went back and forth between linear time and parallel universe when it felt like it. By the way, $20 super chat from Marsupial Gamer. We read that right away. Cecil is right. John never wanted to be a king or a hero,
and Luke never wanted to be a Jedi.
Hold on, let me finish. He just
Wait,
wanted.
Jeremy.
Let me finish, and then you can jump all over it. He just wanted to be a soldier. Danny was the one who screwed up the plan, not John. Arya had to be rescued. John never faltered. He will be the hero you want, Jay.
You'll get your John hero, okay?
No,
Exactly.
I know. I mean, because Luke never wanted to be a Jedi. Luke and Vader never fought. Batman and Joker never fought. Nothing like that. This is the world that you guys want, where there's nothing that makes sense. It's all this crazy stuff.
Arya was failed. It only took, what's his name? The Hound was freaked out. He was freaked out and only came back to life when he saw Arya in danger. Those were
I want
guys.
Cecil's version of Return of the Jedi. That's what I want.
But Jeremy, your argument's kind of falling in on itself because Luke and Darth Vader didn't fight in the first Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
Second or the third. So
I just said Return of the Jedi. I just said Return of the Jedi.
That's the third chapter.
And this is the 8th season.
But it's not the final episode. I don't even like this shit. I've been sitting here for an hour listening to guys bitch about a TV show that
No, but the point is the Night King has been for 8 seasons. They have been hyping the Night King up, and Jon Snow has been the fabric that has been leading us to this battle. So no, Jon Snow didn't fight the Night King in the first episode or the first season. This is the 8th season. That's why Return of the Jedi.
If you paid attention to the clues, it was never Jon Snow. It was Arya.
People are so happy to hear from Jeff right now. Like, so happy to hear from him. Like, the whole chat is applauding Jeff.
I'm still alive. I've just, been waiting because I have no clue what the fuck is Game of Thrones. So,
yeah. Well, the point is Jeff showed that he doesn't know what he's talking about because this is not the first season of Game of Thrones. This is the 8th season. This is the Return of the Jedi aspect. This is what has been building up in storytelling. So, in storytelling, Return of the Jedi, everything led us to Luke versus Vader. Now, I understand that the Night King is not Cersei. I understand that, but from a storytelling standpoint, this has been building for years and years.
He's throwing the whole Batman versus Joker thing, but they fight because they're only in one movie together. So
all right, hang on. We got a $20 super chat. He gets priority. Curious Truth, thanks for $20. Cecil, you're arguing for no reason. There are countless, infinitely better ways to have had written Arya stabbing the NK somehow instead of her out of frame, old school B-grade action movie 10-foot jump out of nowhere. Thank you, Curious Truth.
Execution was horrible. Story was horrible. Everything.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
People say Jeff wins the High Council. At this point, Jeff has rescued everything. People are really happy. Jeff showing up is like, it's like Dad shows up.
It's like Arya coming out in the end to stab Night King.
I would say that was kind of like equivalent to WrestleMania 30. Is that right, Jeff, in New Orleans? When Austin's out there, Hogan, and all of a sudden, if you smell what The Rock is cooking, because nobody expected that. Nobody expected that.
Yeah. A lot of people saying hashtag thank you, Jeff. I mean, it really is. It's like that movie, My Bodyguard. Jeff just shows up and straightens shit out, and everybody's applauding, including Anna. Anna says, Jeremy, you have no point.
Thank you.
That's. I mean, I
No
have a
point.
point where I'm
No.
talking about how bad it was, and you guys have fanboy goggles on, and eventually you will see the ways of your
I don't know.
errors,
It
and that's
was-
fine.
Dude, I don't have
No.
fanboy goggles on at all for
Not
any
at
of
all.
this.
No,
I watched
Jeremy,
3 episodes
Jeremy,
of this show and liked none of it.
Jeremy. If anything, I was expecting the Jon Snow fight with him, and after it happened, it made more sense for it to be Arya.
It didn't. It didn't. But this is you justifying. This is look. I went through this with Last Jedi. Okay. Eventually, you're gonna go. You know what? I have fucked this all up because this was dog
Right.
shit, and I tried to
So
justify
my
it.
argument is the worst movie in the last 10 years. That's what you're gonna. Oh, my argument is Last Jedi. What?
Oh yeah.
Maybe your argument is Last Jedi. How about that?
Okay.
A lot of people saying shut up, Cecil now.
How dare you?
All right, let me read some super chats. Let's see. And DJM Voices says, I'm more on Jeremy's side, but he needs a stand-in because Cecil's wrecking him. But the real winner is EVS. Thank you. Liam Gray says, she's been a Mary Sue since the Faceless Man. Yeah, I hate that. Dude, I hate it.
I will go
No.
through the scenes scene by scene, and you tell me the bad scene. I went through 6 scenes. It was a 6-scene movie, and every time I went through a scene, you go, "That was good." You went 6 for 6, saying it was a good scene. You just didn't like who killed the Night King because you're a chauvinist.
I've already told you that I was fine with her killing the Night King if it was written better
you're 6 for
based
6.
on the storytelling. I
You
don't know how
were
many times I have to repeat this.
On liking the scenes, plus you like who killed them.
I
I'm making
wanted
so much money off of this fight.
I wanted John.
You guys are right.
I wanted John, the person that has been used from the storytelling perspective to get us to this point. I wanted John to have a significant role in this payoff, and they did not do that. No, they didn't.
He was
Absolutely
fighting
didn't.
an
They
unwinnable
did. They
fight.
did exactly what the MCU has done. They used the man to pull the audience in, and then they subverted. That's
Yep.
what they did.
You're missing the point. It was an unwinnable fight. It was only a sneak attack. At the moment of their victory, which was when they were about to cut Bran's throat, is when the kill
Right,
came.
right, exactly.
like
The
that.
the
They
woman has to
trick
sneak attack to save the man.
They trick you with the man, and then they fake you out with the wham man. That is
Yeah.
so true.
But it was not
Everything.
it was not a Mary Sue woman. It was a woman that has been training for that exact moment her entire life. It's not a Mary Sue.
Like you would rather, like, here's the thing. You're like Admiral Akbar. He's kind of a fish man. But you know what? They fake you out, and then boom, you get Admiral Holdo, Vice Admiral Gender Studies.
No, it's 2 different things.
No, it isn't. I'm saying it's all about fake.
So if I like that Arya killed the Night King, that means I like Admiral Holdo.
Yes.
Fuck you for your fucking lying. How dare you, sir? Wasn't your voice supposed to leave 3 hours ago?
Dude, my throat is killing me, but I'm having a great time. So
This is a good one.
the real victim here tonight is Jeff, who is unconscious and dealing with this. I know he's like, I couldn't give a shit about this conversation, but I am part of the High Council. I got to be here every now and then to just pop in and say, shut up. And I appreciate Jeff for doing that. Jeff is great. Everyone's saluting Jeff tonight. Let's see. Liam Grace. Oh, I read that one. Hugh Jass says Azor equals AR a high equals IA equals area. She was the light bringer. This good conspiracy theory there. Admiral Tiberius says Jeremy's getting the Apollo Creed treatment tonight. Whoa.
Voice captain said, "Fuck you, Cecil," in no uncertain terms.
I never thought of Cecil as Ivan Drago, though. You're not tall enough.
Oh.
Stop doxing me.
Liam Gray says the biggest crime in the series was Danny's emotional tanty, where she essentially charged with their artillery weapons, the dragons, costing all those men on the front lines their lives. Irresponsible. Yeah.
Is that Amelia Clark's character?
Yeah. No, it doesn't matter. The first scene was so fucking. I look at it. You love Hitchcock, and I know I'm not going to compare this to Hitchcock, but there is storytelling from symbolism, and The Dothraki raging into battle with flaming swords and watching the swords go out one by one over thousands in a field was just to establish this feeling of dread and darkness, and they fucking nailed it. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get like filmmakery.
That's pretty cool.
But it was a great setup.
It was a good setup.
Thank
All
you.
right, so we have some agreement.
In isolation, I give him credit for that one. It was pretty and it was symbolic, but it was fucking stupid.
I thought we had agreement, but no.
We are agreement on the fact that Arya is not a goddamn Mary Sue, and people need to stop saying that.
Bitter recrimination and hatred between.
We have more agreement than disagreement after this whole thing.
I like to think so. I just hope nobody's feelings are permanently hurt, and we can move on past this as friends. You know.
Yeah.
A 007 Cloud says Arya also used the dagger on Littlefinger, who also died like a bitch. Someone who thinks many steps ahead of people also got cucked out of nowhere by Whammon. Gimp Rider says, that's what I said. I'm only 6 months younger than Hamill. Fluffy Hug says, Cecil, you lost. John was cucked for SJW logic. And Cooper says, wasn't the whole purpose of John being the prince that was promised to be the one to take out the Night King and stop the Long Night?
No. It never was. It was always Arya. If you look at the prophecies, it was always her.
Well, Gary just sent me a message that said Arya was not the choice from the beginning. The writer said they only chose her because she was not expected. That decision was made after season 6.
I expected her. And everybody said you're wrong.
Who could win an open battle? Jorah, John, name a guy, the Hound. Who could win an open battle against the Night King? No one. It had to be a sneak attack. The only person who could kill him is a trained assassin, a sneak attack, Arya. Nobody could open battle that guy. He was fucking OP to the fucking 10th level. Only a sneak attack could kill him. It was always Arya. No one could beat him openly in a fucking fair fight.
This is all shocking, but I agree with you, Cecil.
Thank you.
Because you're the one who's talking.
I don't disagree. Cecil's missing my point once again. I've already said that's cool if she kills him when John is battling him, and John plays a significant role in that aspect because that's what the storytelling led us to believe.
Yeah.
And you didn't like the dragon fighting scene, but I thought it was great. He literally pulled a blizzard in, and there's dragons fighting blind in a blizzard. Fucking great. I really love that episode. I'm not going to back down. I really honestly thought it was a perfect episode.
I'm going to watch it now because of Cecil. He's really told me on it. Madoween says, Mommy and Daddy are fighting. I'm going to go hide in the closet.
Doesn't work.
R. Kelly's in there.
Yeah, really. The Pork Chops Express says, Jeremy, for heaven's sake, Cobra Kai season 2 opinion, please. Is that out now? Can we go watch that?
It is.
Yes.
I watched 2 episodes. It's so good. Cobra Kai.
Oh my God.
Cobra Kai.
On a high note, Jeremy, how good is Cobra Kai?
Cobra Kai season 2 is
okay.
Now, season 1 is perfection. Okay. And season 2, it starts out a little slow, but that's not a bad thing because, and it kind of plays into the theme of what I'm talking about. Everything works out with the storytelling aspect. Season 2 is fantastic. Not quite as strong as season 1, but that's not a negative because season 1 was perfect. Season 2 is an exceptional follow-up to season 1.
All right.
It is damn near perfect.
See, now we're in agreement. It was a beautiful.
Yeah.
And, and if you would have told me 10 years ago that the best show on television in fucking 2019 is going to be the continuing stories of the Karate Kid, I'm like, are you fucking
dude, when I saw
so good.
I saw it. I saw Cobra Kai season 1 advertised a few times, and I'm like, get the fuck, this is pathetically desperate. I can't believe they're doing this. You know, like they're putting it on YouTube. This is pathetic. And then I didn't watch it when it first came out, and everybody said, dude, if you hated The Last Jedi, you got to watch Cobra Kai because they do exactly what Star Wars should have done. And I'm like, really? And I had a lot of people tell me this, and I watched it, and I cannot compliment season 1 of Cobra Kai enough. It is absolute perfection from beginning to end.
Really good.
And season 2 is an exceptional follow-up.
All right. So you're not totally retarded.
Diesel for the win. I will watch it tonight. I didn't know it was out yet. I'm looking forward to that. And to be honest with you, you know what I'm really looking forward to?
Star Wars Girl says this is giving me such a headache.
It has. It's giving me a headache too. But Deadwood. Oh my God, dude. Deadwood, the movie. I can't believe you guys don't care about that.
No,
Yeah,
I love the show.
I've never seen it, so
How you didn't watch Deadwood?
mm-mm.
You sold me on The Sopranos, but I don't really like westerns. So.
Well, everyone says they don't like westerns until they watch Deadwood, and I promise you, there's nothing more badass than this show. And let's watch the trailer.
Like westerns.
Hold on a second. I want to put the trailer on because I love you guys.
Let me give you the best westerns. If you want to watch westerns, Jeff, watch Outlaw Josie Wells. Watch Good, the Bad, the Ugly. Watch Unforgiven. They're all Clint Eastwood. But,
I've seen the spaghetti.
Michael
I love
Michael Myers says Cobra Kai season 1 was a 10, season 2 is a 9.4. I think that's about as accurate. I would have to agree with that 100%.
It was not as good, but honestly, from what I've seen so far, it's solid.
It is. Well, you have to understand, you cannot expect season 2 to match or at least surpass season 1 because it's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. But I think that it did as good as it humanly possibly could to match season 1, and it's exceptional.
Here's what it would for me personally. For me, season 1, I was watching it and I kept watching each episode, and I'm like, am I crazy or is this awesome? Like, I was watching it like as a joke because it's a Karate Kid. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't taking it serious, and I was just like, am I insane or is this fucking great? Like, and then finally the reviews started coming in, and it was like, yeah, everybody was like, this is awesome. I'm like, okay, I'm not insane. But for a while I was watching it and I'm like, am I crazy or is this like the best thing I've ever watched?
There's a moment in season 2. I can't remember what episode it is because I just binged through it for the most part. There's a scene in season 2. It's a really subtle moment. It's towards the end of one of the episodes. I want to say it's like episode 3 or 4. And I got like, it made me so angry. I tweeted about it too. I was like, fuck you, Lucasfilm, you pieces of shit. Cobra Kai does it so right, so spot on by honoring the past nostalgia, honoring the mythology of the past, but intertwining it with the present and making us care about the next generation of characters. It just pisses me off so much to think about how Lucasfilm has handled this and how much care and respect that Cobra Kai has taken into account. And it's just beautiful.
So. Mike Miller and other people in the chat are saying no spoilers, but I don't think we gave any spoilers.
All right, no, we're talking about it. It's good. I'm going to watch it. So
it's good. It's good. I won't spoil it.
Do a video if you want to spoil it and talk about it. I'm going to watch it and I'll do a video. Hector Lopez says, how did Arya get past Night King's crew? Riddle me that, Cecil.
Because she's a trained assassin for 6 years with the Faceless Men. What would you rather watch? 10 minutes of her crawling past that crew or 10 minutes of dragon fighting and battle scenes? They had to make a choice. They showed you the battle scenes and the dragon fighting. And in the meantime, you have to, in your mind, imagine she's crawling on the ground using her face.
Let you show me. You got to show me.
No, because then there's no surprise when she jumps out and kills them.
Surprise, something that doesn't make sense happened.
Surprise, bitch, you're dead.
Right, I'm with Jeremy.
You're fucking ice cubes now.
By the way, Jack Random says, Jeremy won this argument an hour ago. The end. 007 Cloud says, can't wait for the final boss, a crazy soccer mom. Gregory Smart says, it wasn't Gandalf that killed the Witch King, even though that storytelling was setting up for it. Vivid Dreamer says, Ethan nervously in Game of Thrones onesie. Thrones is dumb. Samurai says, Cecil's Return of the Jedi. Luke kills Jabba with Ewoks after Vader. Yeah, Argentico says, epic NK battle with John. Arya killed one of the generals and take his face, and then she goes in and stabs the NK and takes off mask. Style Universal says, Arya killed the Night King with the same sword drop move Rey used in The Last Jedi.
Bullshit. She used the same move. She used the same move before Last Jedi came out. She switched hands with a blade another time. It was her signature move. She switched blades before.
Loki 07 says, Game of Thrones is Lord of the Rings for people with autism. Jeff, for never watching that contrite shit, Cecil is life. Peter Marr says, not everyone can afford HBO. Please discuss Drake and Josh. Krista Joe
That was
says,
on Nickelodeon.
that's expensive too, right? I mean, Krista Joe says, what if Arya kills Danny so Jon sits on the throne?
Yeah, it could happen. We got 3 more episodes. Anything can happen. I'm gonna make a prediction. Arya dies at the end because the faceless man will kill her. Because when you become a trained assassin for the faceless men, you're only supposed to kill who they tell you to kill. And she went rogue and started killing to help her family. I think at the end, when she's in the castle and she wins the battle, the faceless man, and I think Jaqen he'll kill her. She's gonna die, and it's gonna be the heartbreak.
Stone Cold Jeremy says, hey Jeff, other than Woman Power, what was your least favorite scene in Endgame?
I didn't really like the final battle that much because I felt like it was like Return of the Jedi. All of a sudden, one thing happens, and boom, they win, and then we just kind of move past it. But God, the movie was so long.
So much to hate.
No, so much to like.
No,
but
it was
the
good.
ultimate question.
Mm.
I watched back to back. I went straight from Avengers to Game of Thrones. Avengers was fantastic. It was good, but I actually like that episode of Game of Thrones better.
So you did like Endgame? I mean, I liked Endgame, but it sounds like
It
you
was
loved
okay.
it.
It was not my
So-
favorite. It was not my favorite, but I loved Infinity War. I thought that was better.
You mean? Oh, okay. Yeah, Infinity War is fantastic. So
Yeah.
All right. So Samurai says, Jeff, there's still time to start Game of Thrones season 1 and catch up. I mean, that stuff's good. The early Game of Thrones is pretty good.
It's all good. It's all.
No, it isn't.
hey, I defended the entire last season when everybody was shitting on it. So I mean, I've always been a Game of Thrones defender. I didn't see against all last season faced a lot of criticism, and I stood up for it. But last night or Sunday was a problem.
I have Game of Thrones DVD sets that are cast signed because I used to meet all those people at conventions. I don't want them. I'm going to drop.
How many of them have died so far?
None of them. None. They're all still around. I think. I don't know. There was one old king guy that signed it. He might be dead.
They don't take a plane ride together.
Yeah. Jack Random says, so is Cecil saying Arya is a prince? Prince equals male. Echo Base Network says, I had better battle plans at age 10 playing with my action figures in the sandbox. How did Arya get that close to him in the first place? It was dumb. Sir Ruin of House Roundhead says, remember when you watch things like Star Wars and Game of Thrones, don't think or expect anything? Just watch without a brain and you'll be fine. That's right. Sunfall says, you can hear the hard-on in Cecil's voice as he got. You can hear the hard-on in Cecil's voice as he got. Donuts One says, no one should ever win a fight except David's son. Egg Chan 6 Demonbag says, piss Jeremy off by having Heather save Earth. For Cyberfrog. Yeah. Midnight Images says Cobra Kai is the best show going. Tap dances the line enough to keep SJWs quiet, but pokes fun at them at the same time. Johnny is the new Archie Bunker. Nice.
Yeah.
G Monkey 76 says doesn't matter, Cecil. It was too dark. It was too dark to see it either. Liam Gray says I'm still waiting for it to be revealed that it was all Bran. Look how ceremoniously the WW acted. He sent ravens to alert the Night King to attack. And McKinney 90 says, did you guys thought the America's ass jokes were cringy in Endgame?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I laughed. I haven't seen it a second time, so I don't know how they'll land with me. But I thought it was pretty funny, and it kind of like showed like Cap cussing multiple times. It kind of just I thought that worked. So
what was America's ass? California?
No, it's Cap. Just Cap's ass.
Yeah, he puts on his old costume to go back to 2012, and Ant-Man's like, something about doing something for your ex. Like, that's America's ass. And then
Tony was saying that what he said, like the 2012 uniform did nothing for Cap's ass or something like that. And he goes, that's America's ass. That's what Ant-Man said.
And then he fights his past self, and he's laying down. He goes, that is America's ass. And then just kind of walks off.
It was funny. I liked it.
Funny. I've used that on multiple occasions, but you know.
Well, this has been a fun episode of the High Council, even though everyone's nerves are on edge from all the conflict. But Backgoat says Jeremy won. Hail, destroyer of Cecil. So,
well, that guy's
Dennis Green says Cecil beat Jeremy. So a lot of people.
If anybody's nerves are shot, then you don't need to get in the ring with me because I have had a blast. I don't know why your nerves will be shot over a simple internet debate, but if your nerves are shot, that means you're feeling like you've had the pressure put on you by facts and logic. And I'm having a blast here. I've had fun. This is entertaining. I could do this for another 12 straight hours if you want, because this is what I do.
I don't.
All right. Let's go somewhere. Me and Jeremy, let's go somewhere. Let's go.
We're gonna go to Jesse Milestone's channel. She's got a live scheduled show. Are you good with that, Cecil?
There were only 6 scenes in that show, and we went through all 6 of them, and you agreed they were all great, and then you said the episode sucked.
Right.
Well, God,
Gary, you can join us too over on Jesse's stream. I'll send you the link.
Bring your whole damn crew.
They're gonna keep talking about Game of Thrones.
Jesus, I just want to go to bed and never talk about the show again.
Yeah, it's not my fault. You know that. You know it. I respect.
It only happens when you host it, man.
No, it's not true.
It is true. And we didn't have this problem last week when you didn't show up, EVS. So maybe you need to just not show up.
Yeah,
you yelled at him
last week. What are you talking about? This is 3 hours in and out, more or less. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight on the High Council. We love you, and we'll see you again next week on which channel?
I don't know.
I had it last week.
Is it Geeks and Gamers?
Geeks and Gamers.
All right. I know the guy that runs that channel. He's an asshole, but we'll see you there.
That's true.
All right, guys. You have a great night. Bye-bye.